What I'm about to tell you might truly surprise you. When it comes to understanding women, there's a deep layer of psychology that most men miss. Women are always picking up on subtle cues, from the traits they secretly crave in a man to the reasons they might prefer an older partner. It's not always what you think. Whether it's the unspoken tests women give before getting intimate or the psychological tricks that only a tiny percentage of men ever figure out, there are hidden dynamics that can completely shift your perspective on attraction. In this episode, we dive into those hidden facts, things you won't see on the surface, but are constantly influencing women's desires and decisions. Make sure to watch till the end, as every detail could give you a major advantage in understanding female psychology. And, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. The Stoics, throughout their long and meaningful lives, mastered the art of understanding human nature, including the psychology of women. Their wisdom teaches us that strength, confidence, and control over one's emotions are key traits that drive attraction. But what if we told you that some of the traits society labels as toxic masculinity are secretly craved by many women? Yes, you heard that right. Some of the traits that are often criticized have a deep-rooted psychological appeal that women can't resist. Stay with us until the end to uncover these shocking facts, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment below with your own thoughts or experiences. Now, let's dive into the 7 so-called toxic masculine traits that women secretly crave, starting with the first one. Chapter 1. Act standoffish. The first trait on our list is a classic, the ability to be standoffish or emotionally controlled, a concept rooted in Stoicism. Women often find themselves drawn to men who maintain a sense of mystery and emotional restraint. This doesn't mean being cold or indifferent, but rather not wearing your heart on your sleeve. Men who embody a calm, stoic demeanor appear strong, collected, and in control of their emotions, qualities that are deeply attractive on a psychological level. Women are naturally attuned to emotional dynamics. They can sense vulnerability or emotional chaos quickly, and while vulnerability can be endearing at times, emotional restraint is often seen as a sign of inner strength. When a man is stoic, it creates a sense of intrigue, making him an emotional puzzle they want to figure out. This allure is not only rooted in curiosity, but also in a deep psychological appeal. Women tend to be drawn to the stability and leadership that emotional control represents. The appeal of Stoicism comes from its association with strength. Women may not always consciously realize it, but a man who doesn't let his emotions control him signals a level of dominance over his internal world. When emotions are handled with poise, especially in high-stress or intense situations, it shows that you are grounded, mature, and not easily swayed by external forces. This is a subtle but powerful trait that many women crave on an instinctual level. Women want to feel secure with a partner, and emotional control reflects that you won't crumble when the going gets tough. In contrast, a man who is overly reactive, emotionally impulsive, or erratic may trigger feelings of uncertainty or instability. The unpredictable nature of extreme emotional highs and lows can make women feel uneasy, leading them to question the man's ability to handle life's challenges. Women often look for men who can stand strong, offering a sense of emotional and psychological safety. This makes the stoic man, who can stay calm under pressure, a highly attractive figure. The key to embodying Stoicism is not to shut off all emotions, but to remain composed, especially in situations that could trigger intense feelings. Stoicism teaches that emotions are natural, but how we react to them is what defines our character. It's about not letting anger, jealousy, or fear drive your actions or dictate how you respond to others. Instead, you remain collected, taking a moment to process before reacting. This calm demeanor becomes even more appealing in today's fast-paced, emotionally volatile world where many people are quick to overreact. Another critical aspect of Stoicism is self-control. When a man can control his emotions while others panic or overreact, it demonstrates a level of maturity and confidence that goes beyond superficial traits. It shows that he can handle himself in difficult situations, which translates to a sense of security for the woman. She can trust that when things go wrong, he will remain calm, assess the situation, and handle it with wisdom and composure. This sense of stability is something many women find irresistibly attractive. But being emotionally standoffish doesn't mean being unavailable or emotionally distant. There's a delicate balance between being emotionally detached and being in control. Emotional control in a relationship doesn't mean shutting her out or being cold. It means engaging with her emotions thoughtfully while maintaining your sense of self and inner balance. Women crave men who are emotionally present yet controlled, men who can offer support, empathy, and understanding without becoming overwhelmed by their own emotions. Finally, acting standoffish can also build a sense of mystery that heightens attraction. Women are naturally curious about men who don't reveal everything about themselves right away. This sense of intrigue can make the relationship feel more like a journey of discovery, keeping her interested and engaged. When a man isn't constantly spilling his emotions or oversharing, it gives the woman room to wonder and anticipate, sparking that all-important psychological call. In short, stoicism in men is not about being emotionless, but about mastering one's emotions. By staying calm, collected, and in control, you signal maturity, strength, and stability, traits that deeply resonate with women on a psychological level. When you embody this kind of emotional self-mastery, you become not only a source of intrigue, but also a figure of reliability, making you more attractive in a world filled with emotional unpredictability. Chapter 2. Be unavailable. One of the most counterintuitive psychological traits that very few men truly understand is the power of being unavailable. While it might sound like playing games, it's actually about creating an aura of independence and mystery that women find incredibly appealing. Women tend to be more attracted to men who are not always at their beck and call, and this stems from a deep-seated psychological drive for challenge and intrigue. When a man is too available, constantly seeking validation or attention, he loses that sense of allure. On the other hand, a man who is unavailable, who is focused on his own life, passions, and goals, naturally draws women in. There's something fascinating about a man who has his own life going on. When you're unavailable, it signals that you have important things to take care of, whether it's work, personal hobbies, or time with friends. Women don't want someone who's always free and easy to access because that signals a lack of purpose or ambition. They want a man who has a life full of passion and purpose, a man who isn't just sitting around waiting for their call. When you are unavailable, it creates a natural sense of scarcity. Scarcity in human psychology makes things more valuable. If a woman knows that you aren't always available, she values the time you do spend together even more. She becomes more invested because she realizes she doesn't have unlimited access to you. This taps into a primal instinct where people tend to want what they can't easily have. By being unavailable, you're positioning yourself as a challenge, and women often find that irresistible. However, it's essential to balance being unavailable with showing genuine interest. If you come across as completely indifferent or uninterested, it can push her away. The goal isn't to ignore her or make her feel unimportant, but to create a healthy distance that makes her want to close the gap. When you're too available, it can come off as needy or desperate, which is a major turn-off for most women. But when you're focused on your own pursuits, busy with your goals, and not always available, it signals that you're a man with options, and this confidence radiates attractiveness. Being unavailable doesn't mean ghosting or playing mind games. It's about cultivating an independent life where your focus isn't solely on the relationship. By maintaining this independence, you naturally become more desirable because you project confidence and self-sufficiency. Women want to be with someone who adds value to their lives, not someone who is entirely dependent on them for validation and happiness. Women are often drawn to men who are mysterious, and part of that mystery comes from not always knowing what you're up to. If you're constantly updating her on your whereabouts or always available to hang out at a moment's notice, the mystery fades quickly. When a woman wonders what you're doing or where you are, she becomes more invested in you. This keeps her engaged and interested as she starts to imagine the possibilities of your life outside of her. Furthermore, when you're unavailable, it forces her to step up and make an effort. Women are more attracted to men who don't make themselves too easy to obtain. When you're always there, answering texts instantly and canceling plans to see her, it can feel like you're sacrificing too much of your own life. In contrast, being unavailable encourages her to invest more in the relationship, to chase you a bit, and to appreciate the time you do spend together. Ultimately, being unavailable is about creating a healthy dynamic where both people value their time together. By focusing on your own life and not making yourself too available, you're sending a clear message: you're a man with purpose, ambition, and independence. And these are qualities that women secretly crave, even if they don't always admit it. Chapter 3: Overly passionate about anything. Another psychological trick that only a small percentage of men understand is the importance of being overly passionate about something. This might seem surprising, but women are instinctively drawn to men who are deeply invested in their interests, whether that's a hobby, a career, or a personal mission. When a man is genuinely passionate about something, it shows that he has drive, ambition, and focus, qualities that women find incredibly attractive. Passion, in any form, radiates energy, and that energy can be contagious. There's a certain magnetic appeal to someone who is fully absorbed in what they love. Whether it's music, sports, art, or even a niche interest, the intensity with which a man pursues his passion signals that he's not only self-motivated but also capable of deep commitment. This level of dedication can be incredibly attractive to women because it suggests that the man has depth and purpose beyond the surface level. Women want to be with someone who has a full life, filled with goals and passions, because it adds complexity and excitement to the relationship. From a psychological standpoint, when you're passionate about something, it makes you stand out from the crowd. Most people go through life with a sense of monotony, but someone who is genuinely driven by passion adds a layer of unpredictability and excitement. Women often find this unpredictability thrilling because it breaks the norm of daily life. The passion itself doesn't necessarily have to align with her interests. It's the energy and dedication you bring to it that matters most. Moreover, being overly passionate about something also shows that you're not afraid of commitment. When a man can dedicate himself to his passions, it signals to a woman that he's capable of putting in the time and effort needed to nurture something he cares about. This translates to relationships as well. If you're committed to your passions, it implies that you have the potential to be equally committed to a partner, which can be a very appealing trait. However, it's important to note that passion should never turn into obsession. There's a fine line between being passionate and neglecting other aspects of your life. The key is to demonstrate your passion in a way that highlights your dedication without making it seem like the only thing that matters to you. Women are attracted to men who are passionate but still maintain balance and control over their lives. In essence, being overly passionate about something shows that you have fire, drive, and ambition, traits that women find intoxicating. When you care deeply about something, it brings out a more authentic and energetic version of yourself, and that energy is often irresistible. Chapter 4: Be difficult, not easy. This might seem counterintuitive, but being difficult rather than easy is another psychological trick that can work in your favor. Many men make the mistake of being too accommodating, always going with the flow and never challenging anything. While it's essential to be respectful and kind, being too easy can often come across as boring or predictable. Women are naturally more drawn to men who challenge them intellectually and emotionally, and this means not always being easy to please or impress. When you're a bit difficult, You automatically stand out from the crowd, and this keeps the dynamic fresh and intriguing. When you're difficult in a healthy way, it keeps her on her toes. It shows that you have standards, boundaries, and your own opinions, which can be highly attractive. Women appreciate men who have a backbone and are not afraid to stand their ground. This doesn't mean being rude or argumentative, but rather having the confidence to express your views, preferences, and desires, even when they differ from hers. Showing that you won't just agree for the sake of agreement signals that you're your own person, which is a key component of what women are instinctively looking for: a partner who brings their own individuality and independence to the table. Being difficult also creates a sense of challenge, and women often find challenges appealing. When something or someone is too easy to obtain, it can lose its value quickly. By being difficult, you're setting the stage for her to invest more effort into winning your approval or affection. This adds a deeper level of psychological engagement in the relationship because it taps into the natural human instinct to pursue what seems elusive or harder to attain. If you're too easygoing or agreeable, she might subconsciously feel that she doesn't have to work as hard to keep your interest, which can make the relationship feel less exciting. At the same time, being difficult shows that you have your own life, goals, and priorities. You're not just bending over backward to accommodate her every whim, which makes you more desirable because it demonstrates independence and self-respect. Women want to be with men who are strong enough to assert themselves rather than men who are willing to be molded to fit whatever the woman wants. By being difficult, you project confidence and high standards, which women secretly crave. It's not about being a contrarian for the sake of it, but rather showing that you have a clear vision for your own life and relationships, and that you're not afraid to stand by that vision. When a man is difficult in the right way, it can make him seem more exciting and less predictable. Predictability can be comforting in small doses, but over time, it can drain the excitement out of a relationship. Women often enjoy a partner who keeps them guessing, who introduces a sense of adventure, even if that adventure is as subtle as a differing opinion or a refusal to follow every expectation. By occasionally being hard to read or slightly challenging, you maintain an element of mystery, which keeps her intrigued and wanting to know more about you. Women also tend to respect men who don't crumble at the first sign of disagreement. When you stand firm on your beliefs or preferences, it signals that you're not afraid of conflict and that you're emotionally mature enough to handle differences. This doesn't mean you're constantly seeking to argue or be contrary, but rather that you're willing to engage in healthy debate and dialogue without immediately yielding. A man who can do this with tact and respect shows strength of character, something women deeply admire. Moreover, by being difficult, you're also demonstrating that you are selective about who you give your time and energy to. This selectiveness can elevate your perceived value in her eyes because she understands that you don't simply settle for anyone or anything. You have standards, and that makes her want to work harder to meet them. The effort she puts into getting your attention or keeping your interest becomes more meaningful, and as a result, she values the relationship more. It's a basic principle of psychology: the more we invest in something, the more we care about it. Being difficult also serves another critical purpose: it builds respect. If you're always accommodating and never challenge her or push back, she may subconsciously start to lose respect for you. On the other hand, if you're difficult when it comes to things that matter to you, whether it's your personal boundaries, opinions, or goals, she will respect that you're a man of principle. And respect is a foundational element of attraction. Without it, even the strongest physical chemistry can fade quickly. Additionally, being difficult can inject a sense of playful tension into the relationship. It can create moments of banter, light teasing, or friendly debates that spark emotional engagement. These interactions keep the relationship lively and help prevent things from becoming too routine or stale. When you occasionally throw her off balance by challenging her or not being immediately agreeable, it keeps things interesting and adds a dynamic energy that many women find irresistible. Ultimately, being difficult in a healthy, controlled manner signals that you are confident, assertive, and independent, traits that women are evolutionarily programmed to seek in a partner. It shows that you value yourself, your time, and your energy enough to not just give them away freely. Women don't want a pushover. They want a man who challenges them and who they can respect, someone whose attention feels earned rather than easily given. By embracing this idea of being difficult, you create a dynamic where she values you more, craves your attention, and respects the strength of your character. At the end of the day, being difficult isn't about playing mind games or being unnecessarily stubborn. It's about showing that you're a person with standards, opinions, and a sense of self-worth that can't easily be compromised. By maintaining this stance, you naturally attract women who value these traits and are willing to put in the effort to earn your attention. And that, in itself, can create a much deeper, more rewarding connection. Chapter 5. Be aggressive. In today's society, aggression often gets a bad reputation. However, when channeled correctly, a certain level of aggression or assertiveness can be incredibly attractive to women. It's important to clarify that we're not talking about toxic aggression or any form of violence. Instead, we are focusing on a sense of intensity, boldness, and directness that signals strength and confidence. Women are naturally drawn to men who know what they want and aren't afraid to go after it, and this kind of controlled aggression can add an exciting dynamic to a relationship. Aggression in this context means being assertive, taking the lead, and showing that you're willing to fight for what you believe in or what you want. It's about having an edge that keeps things exciting, making women feel like they're with someone who can handle life's pressures. This kind of aggression is not about being rude or disrespectful, but rather about embracing a sense of purpose and decisiveness that signals you're in control. Women crave men who are bold enough to make moves, speak their minds, and stand up for themselves and their partners. When you demonstrate this kind of controlled aggression, it shows that you're capable of leading and handling challenges head-on. There's something inherently magnetic about a man who knows how to channel his intensity in a way that creates excitement rather than fear. Women often find it thrilling to be with someone who can switch between being calm and collected to assertive and dominant when necessary. It adds depth and dimension to your personality, making you more unpredictable, which keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging. This controlled aggression demonstrates that you have the strength and power to protect and provide, qualities deeply rooted in human evolutionary psychology. Women are hardwired to seek out men who can handle difficult situations, and showing this kind of strength is a major attractor. Additionally, being aggressive in this way shows that you are not passive in life. You don't wait for things to happen, you make them happen. This proactive approach is something many women find incredibly appealing because it aligns with a man's traditional role as a protector and provider. When you're able to demonstrate that you're willing to take action, whether it's in your career, personal life, or relationship, it sends a strong message that you're a doer, not just a dreamer. Women appreciate men who are forward-thinking, decisive, and ready to take risks when necessary. Women are also attracted to a certain level of dominance in men, and controlled aggression is often seen as a manifestation of that dominance. This isn't about controlling the other person, but rather showing that you have control over your own life and circumstances. It's about setting boundaries, taking charge when the situation demands it, and showing resilience when faced with challenges. A man who can assert himself in a confident and respectful manner often stands out in a crowd, as many women are drawn to that strength of character. Moreover, controlled aggression shows that you are not afraid to take risks or stand your ground. Whether it's in a social situation, at work, or in a relationship, the ability to assert yourself firmly, yet respectfully, makes you more appealing because it demonstrates self-confidence. When women see that you can handle confrontations, overcome obstacles, and stay focused on your goals without being easily swayed, it reassures them that they're with someone who's capable of providing stability. It's a form of confidence that resonates on a deep psychological level because it signals that you won't back down easily in the face of adversity. Aggression also ties into passion. Men who are intense about their goals, hobbies, and relationships often exhibit this kind of energy. When you care deeply about something, it naturally brings out a level of assertiveness and drive that women find attractive. Passion, when expressed through controlled aggression, shows that you are fully engaged in life, that you have a purpose, and that you're willing to go after it. This intensity often fuels the chemistry between two people, making the relationship more vibrant and dynamic. At the end of the day, controlled aggression shows that you're not afraid to take risks or stand your ground, projecting confidence and dominance, which are traits women are instinctively drawn to. When balanced with emotional intelligence and respect, this type of aggression can create a powerful and compelling dynamic. It communicates that you're not just a passive observer of life but an active participant, someone who is ready to face challenges and protect what's important to you. Women want to feel safe and secure, and when they see that you possess the strength to assert yourself, it satisfies that primal need for protection and leadership. So, while aggression may have negative connotations in some contexts, the key is to understand the difference between harmful aggression and assertive, controlled intensity. Women are often attracted to men who can strike that balance, someone who can be both calm and assertive, gentle and dominant, depending on the situation. This kind of dynamic keeps the relationship balanced and engaging, and it's a trait that many women secretly crave, even if they don't always admit it. Chapter 6. Be unapologetically authentic. One of the most magnetic traits that women secretly crave is when a man is unapologetically authentic. In a world where people are often trying to fit in or please others, a man who is completely comfortable in his own skin stands out in a major way. Authenticity means being true to who you are, regardless of what others think or expect from you. Women are naturally drawn to this type of man because he exudes a sense of confidence and self-assuredness that is incredibly appealing. Being unapologetically authentic doesn't mean being rude or dismissive of others. It means embracing your quirks, interests, and values without feeling the need to hide or change them for anyone. When you are true to yourself, it signals to women that you are secure in who you are and that you don't need external validation to feel good about yourself. This level of self-confidence is extremely attractive because it shows that you are independent and emotionally strong. Women appreciate authenticity because it fosters a deeper emotional connection. When you're not trying to play a role or pretend to be something you're not, it's easier for a woman to trust and connect with you. She doesn't have to second-guess your intentions or wonder whether you're being genuine. This transparency builds trust and allows for a more meaningful relationship. In contrast, men who try too hard to impress or conform to societal expectations can come across as inauthentic, which often leads to disinterest. Moreover, being unapologetically authentic also means owning your flaws. No one is perfect, and women don't expect perfection. What they do find appealing is a man who can acknowledge his imperfections without shame. If you're willing to be vulnerable and show who you really are, it creates a space for deeper intimacy and connection. Women find this level of self-awareness and honesty incredibly attractive because it shows emotional maturity. Another key aspect of authenticity is that it demonstrates a strong sense of identity. When a man knows who he is and what he stands for, it signals that he has direction and purpose in life. Women are drawn to men who have a clear sense of self because it suggests that they are capable of making decisions, setting boundaries, and maintaining a healthy balance in their relationships. Being unapologetically authentic means you're not afraid to speak your mind or stand up for your beliefs, which is a trait women often admire. In a world where people are constantly curating their lives to appear a certain way, authenticity shines through like a beacon. Women crave this realness because it provides a sense of security and stability. When you're unapologetically authentic, you're not playing games or trying to manipulate the situation, you're just being you, and that level of honesty is rare and valuable. It's the kind of energy that makes women want to invest more of themselves in you because they feel like they're getting the real deal. Chapter 7. Be strong-minded. Assertiveness is another powerful trait that women secretly crave in men, and it's often mistaken for aggression or dominance. But being assertive is about standing your ground, making your voice heard, and taking charge when necessary without being overbearing. Women are naturally drawn to men who are strong-minded, who know what they want and aren't afraid to go after it. Assertiveness shows that you have confidence in your decisions and that you're not easily swayed by others, which can be incredibly attractive. A strong-minded man doesn't back down easily. He knows his values, beliefs, and boundaries, and he upholds them with conviction. This doesn't mean he's unwilling to compromise or listen, but he's not a pushover either. Women respect and are drawn to men who can assert themselves because it shows leadership and strength. When you're strong-minded, you project an aura of reliability and dependability, which are traits women often seek in a long-term partner. Being assertive also means taking initiative. Whether it's in planning dates, making decisions, or addressing issues that arise, women appreciate men who don't hesitate to step up. This doesn't mean taking control of everything or ignoring her input, but it's about demonstrating that you are capable of leading and handling situations with confidence. Women want to feel like they're with someone who can take charge when needed and who won't shy away from responsibility. At the same time, assertiveness goes hand in hand with respect. A strong-minded man respects others' boundaries just as much as he upholds his own. He doesn't force his will onto others, but makes his stance clear in a way that fosters mutual understanding. Women find this balance of strength and respect incredibly attractive because it shows emotional intelligence and maturity. It's the difference between being a leader and being a dictator. Assertiveness is about leading with confidence while still being mindful of the other person's feelings and perspectives. Another reason why assertiveness is so appealing to women is that it signals decisiveness. A man who is assertive knows what he wants, and that kind of certainty is magnetic. When you're able to make decisions confidently and stand by them, it relieves a lot of the emotional labor that often falls on women in relationships. Women don't want to feel like they have to make all the decisions or lead all the time. They crave a partner who can share that load. Assertiveness shows that you are capable of doing just that, and it makes you more attractive because it taps into that deep-rooted desire for stability and leadership. Being strong-minded also demonstrates that you're not easily shaken by external pressures. In today's fast-paced, high-stress world, a man who can remain calm, composed, and assertive in the face of challenges is incredibly desirable. Women want to feel safe and protected, and a man who can assert himself and navigate through life with confidence provides that sense of security. It's a sign of strength, not just physical, but emotional and mental strength, which are qualities that women often prioritize in a partner. In essence, being strong-minded and assertive is about embodying confidence without arrogance, leadership without control, and strength without intimidation. These are the traits that women often crave because they signal that you're not only capable of handling life's challenges, but that you're also a man worth investing in. In this episode, we've uncovered some of the most surprising and often misunderstood traits that women secretly crave in men. From being stoic and unavailable to unapologetically authentic and assertive, these qualities tap into the deep-rooted psychology of attraction. While some of these traits might seem toxic or controversial on the surface, when balanced with respect, maturity, and emotional intelligence, they can create a dynamic that keeps women irresistibly drawn to you. But remember, there's always room for exceptions. Not every woman is the same, and what one might find attractive, another may not. The key takeaway here is that women are often drawn to qualities that reflect strength, confidence, and a sense of purpose, traits that can sometimes blur the line between what is traditionally considered toxic and what is genuinely appealing. So, if you've recognized yourself in any of these traits, don't be afraid to embrace them in a balanced, respectful way. Women often crave that sense of mystery, strength, and leadership in men. But as always, be mindful, stay true to yourself, and never forget to keep growing in emotional intelligence. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or personal experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we dive even deeper into the fascinating world of female psychology. The Stoics, during their long and thoughtful lives, mastered the art of human psychology and relationships, learning to observe and understand women in ways that are still relevant today. Their insights extend even to the way body shapes affect perceptions and interactions. In this video, we'll dive deep into fascinating facts about women with larger backsides, things most men never realize. Make sure to watch till the end, as these facts may shift your understanding of what body shape really means. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Not always related to fatness. When it comes to women with larger buttocks, there's a prevalent misconception that this physical feature must be directly tied to excess body fat. Many people mistakenly believe that a woman with a prominent backside must automatically be overweight or carrying extra pounds. However, this assumption is not always grounded in reality. There are plenty of slim women who naturally have a well-defined and noticeable backside, and for them, this trait is often celebrated as a physical blessing. In fact, in many cultures, women with larger buttocks are highly admired, and their body shape is seen as a symbol of beauty and fertility. On the flip side, some women who carry more weight may not have a similarly pronounced backside, further proving that body fat distribution varies significantly from person to person. This variability can be attributed to genetic factors, muscle structure, and even lifestyle habits, all of which play a role in shaping an individual's body. The common misconception that bigger equals fatter is overly simplistic and fails to consider the complex ways in which our bodies are formed. From a psychological perspective, a woman's body type can have a profound impact on how she perceives herself and how others interact with her. Women who have larger buttocks, even if they are slim, may be acutely aware of the attention that this particular part of their body draws. For some, this attention can be empowering, allowing them to feel confident and attractive. However, for others, it may be uncomfortable or even distressing. In a world where physical attributes are often heavily scrutinized, women with prominent buttocks might feel reduced to just one aspect of their body, leading to feelings of objectification or a lack of recognition for their other qualities and talents. The Stoics, who dedicated themselves to understanding human nature and relationships, taught a valuable lesson that remains relevant today: external appearances should never define a person's worth. In the context of relationships, it's critical to focus on what truly matters: qualities like character, compatibility, and mutual respect. However, we live in a society that frequently elevates certain physical traits, like a woman's large backside, as markers of desirability and attractiveness. This societal emphasis can create complex dynamics in how women see themselves and how they are treated by others. For instance, a slim woman with a prominent backside may feel pressure to maintain her figure, constantly aware of the societal expectations tied to her body shape. She might receive an overwhelming amount of attention, both positive and negative, based solely on this trait. Some may view her as more attractive or feminine, while others might make unwelcome comments or inappropriate assumptions about her based on outdated stereotypes. The pressure to meet these expectations can affect her self-esteem and influence how she navigates both her personal and social life. What's essential to recognize is that having a larger backside doesn't necessarily reflect a woman's overall health, fitness, or lifestyle choices. Rather, it is often a result of genetic factors that dictate how body fat is distributed across her frame. Just as some women carry weight in their stomach or thighs, others may naturally store fat in their buttocks. The key takeaway is that assumptions based purely on a woman's appearance, particularly in relation to her buttocks, can be highly misleading. It's important to remember that a woman's appearance, while often eye-catching, is only one small part of who she is. The Stoics would remind us that true beauty and value come from within, from a person's character, integrity, and how they live their life. To judge a woman solely based on her physical traits would be to ignore the deeper qualities that make her unique and valuable. In relationships, particularly romantic ones, the fixation on physical appearance can sometimes cloud our judgment. A man may be drawn to a woman's large backside, captivated by the cultural ideals of beauty and femininity that surround this feature. However, the Stoics would urge us to look beyond the physical and ask more meaningful questions. Does she share your values? Can you build a strong emotional connection with her? Are you compatible in ways that go beyond the superficial? Focusing solely on a woman's physical attributes can lead to shallow connections that lack the emotional depth and mutual respect necessary for a lasting relationship. Just as a woman's large backside may be admired from a physical standpoint, it's essential to approach relationships with a balanced perspective, one that appreciates her for more than just what's visible on the outside. In conclusion, while society may place a great deal of emphasis on physical traits like a woman's prominent backside, it's crucial to maintain a broader perspective. A woman's body shape, particularly when it comes to her buttocks, is not always related to fatness, nor does it define her as a person. Instead, it's just one aspect of her overall being, something that is shaped by genetics, personal experiences, and cultural influences. By recognizing this, we can move away from objectification and toward a more holistic understanding of beauty, one that appreciates both the physical and the emotional aspects of a person. Chapter 2: Sexual Preferences and Psychological Influence. Women with larger buttocks often find that their body shape not only influences their physical appearance, but also affects their experiences and preferences in intimate relationships. These preferences, particularly in terms of physical intimacy, can be influenced by how they perceive their own bodies and the confidence they feel in showcasing their curves. For example, many women with prominent buttocks may gravitate towards certain intimate positions that emphasize this feature, as it enhances their pleasure and confidence, allowing them to feel more empowered in the relationship. This preference is not just about physical satisfaction, it has deep psychological roots. A woman's body image plays a crucial role in how she engages with her partner. Those who feel proud and comfortable in their bodies tend to be more open and confident in their intimate lives, using their self-assuredness to foster a fulfilling connection. Confidence in one's body can make a significant difference in how a woman approaches intimacy, making her feel more connected and expressive. On the other hand, women who feel self-conscious about their bodies, particularly those who may feel exposed or vulnerable because of their curves, might shy away from certain activities or positions that place a spotlight on their physical form. This difference in comfort levels can shape the overall dynamic between partners, influencing both emotional and psychological connections. The Stoics, who deeply valued the harmony between emotions and values, would argue that while physical attraction and preferences are natural parts of a relationship, they should never overshadow the deeper aspects of human connection. For women with larger buttocks, their body image and how their partners respond to them can have a profound influence on the intimacy they experience. A woman who feels appreciated and respected for more than just her physical traits will naturally feel more fulfilled in her relationship, leading to a deeper emotional bond with her partner. In contrast, a woman who feels objectified or reduced to her physical appearance may struggle to form a meaningful connection, as the relationship becomes focused on superficial qualities. In many cases, society's emphasis on physical attributes, especially those related to sexuality, can skew the perception of what truly makes a relationship fulfilling. Large buttocks have long been associated with femininity and attractiveness in many cultures, and this societal fixation can sometimes cloud the deeper aspects of connection. Some men, influenced by these cultural messages, may be more drawn to women with larger buttocks, equating their physical presence with sexual prowess or desirability. However, the Stoics would caution against letting such external influences dictate the terms of a relationship. Physical attraction is important, but it should never overshadow emotional compatibility, mutual respect, and understanding. It's also important to recognize that while these preferences are natural and valid, they should never become the defining factor of a relationship. A woman's body is just one aspect of who she is, and focusing too much on physical preferences risks creating relationships that lack depth and emotional intimacy. Men who place too much emphasis on physical attributes, such as a woman's large buttocks, may find themselves in shallow connections that fail to provide long-term satisfaction. To avoid this, the Stoics would encourage focusing on the totality of a person, their character, intelligence, emotional strength, and how they align with your values, rather than being consumed by physical attraction. Ultimately, a healthy, fulfilling relationship is one that transcends mere physical attraction and delves into emotional depth, mutual understanding, and respect. While preferences in physical intimacy are a natural part of any relationship, they should complement, rather than dominate, the connection. In this way, a more balanced, meaningful relationship can flourish, built on emotional stability and genuine affection rather than just physical admiration. Chapter 3: Physical Appearance and Perception. There's a widespread perception that women with larger buttocks are inherently more attractive or better suited for certain intimate connections. This belief, however, is often shaped by superficial judgments and cultural stereotypes, rather than by any genuine connection to personality, capability, or emotional compatibility. While it's easy to be drawn to someone based on their physical appearance, it's essential to remember that such traits do not necessarily reflect a person's ability to build a deep and meaningful relationship. A woman with a prominent backside may naturally attract more attention, but this doesn't mean that her physical presence equates to a better emotional connection or compatibility in a long-term relationship. Physical attraction plays a role, but it is only one piece of the puzzle. Some women with smaller buttocks, for instance, may excel in qualities that often go unnoticed, such as emotional intelligence, communication skills, and the ability to foster a nurturing and supportive relationship. These traits are far more critical in sustaining a healthy and balanced partnership. One aspect that often escapes deeper analysis is how a woman's physical movements can influence how she is perceived. Women with larger buttocks often move with a distinctive gait, and this can be captivating for some. The sway in their walk or how they carry themselves can easily draw attention, making it easy to fixate on their physical attributes. This fixation, however, can obscure other essential qualities they possess, leading to an incomplete or skewed understanding of who they truly are. It's important to consider how this type of attention affects women on a psychological level. Some may feel empowered by the admiration they receive, while others might feel objectified or reduced to their physical form. This can create inner conflict, especially when they seek deeper, more meaningful connections beyond their appearance. Women with larger buttocks, like anyone else, want to be seen as complete individuals, not just as a collection of physical traits. The Stoics would have urged us to look beyond the surface. They believed that external appearances should never serve as the foundation for a relationship. A partnership built solely on physical attraction is bound to be shallow and short-lived. True connection comes from a balance where both the physical and non-physical attributes are valued equally. Those who focus too much on a woman's physical traits, like her large backside, risk losing sight of the qualities that truly matter in a relationship, such as trust, respect, and emotional connection. For men who become overly fixated on physical appearance, it's crucial to reassess their priorities. Physical attraction may provide an initial spark, but it is the deeper qualities of a person that sustain a relationship over time. The Stoics would remind us to cultivate relationships that bring peace, understanding, and mutual growth, rather than being solely captivated by outward appearances. After all, a truly fulfilling connection goes far beyond what can be seen. Chapter 4: Dancing, Movement, and the Power of Attraction. One of the most striking aspects of women with larger buttocks is how they move. Their natural rhythm, especially while walking or dancing, can captivate the attention of those around them. It's not just about their physical appearance, but also about the fluidity, grace, and confidence with which they carry themselves. Movement plays a significant role in how people perceive physical attractiveness, and for women with more prominent buttocks, this can be amplified, particularly in social settings where music and dancing take center stage. Their movements are often mesmerizing, drawing attention not only to their curves, but also to the confidence and energy they exude. In cultures where physical expression is celebrated, dancing often highlights this trait. For women with larger buttocks, their movements during dance can become a focal point. Every sway, step, or twist can seem more pronounced, commanding attention in a way that makes them stand out in a crowd. This can have a profound impact on their self-confidence as they become aware of the admiration their rhythm and grace attract. Whether in social gatherings, parties, or just walking down the street, their natural rhythm can spark interest and allure from onlookers. However, the attention that comes with this unique movement can be a double-edged sword. While some women thrive on the admiration they receive, for others, it can be overwhelming or uncomfortable. When too much focus is placed on how their body moves, it can sometimes lead to objectification or unwanted comments. Women in these situations may feel as though their identity is reduced to a physical feature, which can create emotional tension and even frustration. They may begin to question whether they are valued for their personality, intelligence, or kindness, or if they are only seen through the lens of their physicality. From a psychological standpoint, this attention can shape how a woman views herself. Some may embrace their power of attraction, using their body and movement to their advantage, enjoying the confidence it brings. Others might struggle with the feeling that they are being reduced to their physical traits, rather than appreciated for the entirety of who they are. This tension between enjoying the positive aspects of physical attention and resisting the pressure of constant objectification can weigh heavily on a woman's sense of identity and self-worth. The Stoics would offer wisdom in this situation. They taught that true inner peace comes from focusing on what is within one's control, one's actions, character, and response to external circumstances. For women who feel overwhelmed by the attention they receive, the Stoics would likely advise shifting focus away from external validation and toward cultivating personal strength and self-confidence. While it can be flattering to be admired for physical grace and beauty, these qualities are fleeting compared to the more enduring qualities of character, wisdom, and emotional strength. One particularly interesting aspect of this conversation is the distinction between natural and artificial movement. In a time when cosmetic enhancements have become more widespread, the difference between naturally curvy women and those who have undergone surgical procedures can be noticeable, especially in the way they move. Women with natural curves tend to have a fluidity and ease in their movements, a sense of rhythm and grace that is difficult to replicate through surgery. In contrast, those with artificial enhancements may experience a certain stiffness or rigidity in their movements, which can diminish the natural grace and fluidity that often comes with naturally curvy figures. This distinction is important not only in how women perceive themselves, but also in how they are perceived by others. Natural movement often exudes a sense of authenticity and confidence, whereas artificial enhancements can sometimes create a disconnection between how a woman moves and how she feels. For men and women alike, it's worth noting that genuine attraction is often tied not only to physical appearance, but also to the way someone carries themselves, their energy, and their self-assurance. Dancing and movement, while undeniably powerful tools of attraction, are just one part of a broader, more complex picture. Women with larger buttocks, whether they enjoy the attention or feel self-conscious about it, should always remember that their value extends far beyond their physical traits. The Stoics would remind us that true beauty lies not in how one looks while moving to the beat of music, but in the depth of one's character, strength of spirit, and wisdom gained through life's challenges. These are the qualities that endure long after the music fades and the spotlight dims. So, while the grace and rhythm of physical movement may draw initial attention, it's the deeper qualities, the ones unseen by the eye, that form the foundation of lasting connections and meaningful relationships. For women who embrace their natural movement and rhythm, the key is not only to enjoy the attention it brings, but also to cultivate the inner beauty that truly makes them shine. Chapter 5: Stiffness, Flexibility, and Body Proportions. Women with larger buttocks often experience variations in the stiffness or flexibility of their body, which can affect how they walk and move. Some women have a more firm, muscular backside that remains relatively stationary as they walk, while others have more flexibility, causing a natural sway or vibration that draws attention. This difference in movement can create different perceptions. One might seem more athletic, while the other might be seen as more sensual. However, these surface-level observations can often lead to assumptions that don't reflect the reality of the person beneath. Body proportions also come into play when discussing women with larger buttocks. One common observation is that women with more prominent backsides may not always have a lot of flesh in the vaginal area, which highlights a disparity in body proportions. This does not affect a woman's overall health or sexuality, but it does remind us of the complexities of body diversity. Each woman's body is unique, and assumptions based on one feature alone, such as the size of the buttocks, can be misleading. From a psychological perspective, a woman's body proportions can impact how she feels about herself and how she navigates relationships. Those with noticeable curves may feel pressure to conform to certain expectations or worry that they're being judged solely based on their appearance. This can affect their confidence, particularly if they feel they aren't being appreciated for their full range of qualities: emotional, intellectual, and physical. The Stoics would encourage us to look beyond these surface-level distinctions and focus on the core of what makes a relationship meaningful: emotional connection, shared values, and mutual respect. A woman's body proportions might catch your attention, but they are not what sustains a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Stoicism teaches us to value substance over style, depth over superficiality. In relationships, this means prioritizing the qualities that lead to long-term happiness and fulfillment. For women who feel self-conscious about their proportions, it's important to remember that true confidence comes from within. Just as flexibility and firmness differ from woman to woman, so too does the way they carry themselves emotionally. Those who embrace their unique shape, no matter how society views it, tend to exude a confidence that goes beyond the physical. Ultimately, while stiffness and flexibility in movement can impact how women with larger buttocks are perceived, these physical traits are just one small aspect of who they are. By focusing on character and self-awareness, both women and their partners can move beyond superficial judgments to form deeper, more meaningful connections. Chapter 6: The Impact of Artificial Enhancements. In recent years, cosmetic enhancements, particularly buttock augmentations, have surged in popularity. Women who choose these surgeries do so for a variety of reasons. Some may want to enhance their natural curves, while others might feel pressured by societal beauty standards that emphasize a specific body type. While these procedures are often seen as a way to boost confidence or achieve an idealized image, the rise of artificial enhancements has complicated the perception of body proportions and raised important questions about the psychological effects on self-esteem and overall body image. For women with naturally large buttocks, the prevalence of surgically enhanced bodies can lead to feelings of inadequacy or frustration. The media often glorifies exaggerated, surgically enhanced figures, sometimes overshadowing natural body types. Women with natural curves may feel that their bodies are being compared to enhanced versions, which are often unattainable without surgery. This can create an unrealistic standard of beauty, where even those with naturally curvier figures are made to feel that they don't measure up to the surgically enhanced perfection seen in celebrities, influencers, and models. Additionally, women who undergo these surgeries may experience psychological struggles, even if they initially feel more confident. While cosmetic procedures can provide a temporary boost in self-esteem, the long-term effects aren't always as positive. If the results don't meet their expectations, or if they find that their self-worth becomes increasingly tied to their appearance, this can lead to anxiety, dissatisfaction, or even regret. Over time, some may feel disconnected from their own bodies, struggling with the fact that their appearance was altered to meet societal or personal expectations rather than embracing their natural form. Stoic philosophy provides a valuable perspective on these issues. The Stoics believed that external changes, such as altering one's appearance, should not be relied upon for lasting happiness. Cosmetic surgery might change how someone looks on the outside, but it cannot fundamentally alter a person's character, emotional well-being, or the quality of their relationships. The Stoics would argue that true satisfaction and fulfillment come from within. Inner peace, self-acceptance, and emotional resilience are far more valuable than external validation or physical perfection. A woman, whether she has natural curves or surgically enhanced features, will find greater long-term happiness by focusing on her inner strength and how she connects with others on a deeper level, rather than placing all her worth on her physical appearance. For men in relationships with women who have undergone artificial enhancements, this presents a unique challenge. It's essential to approach these changes with sensitivity, understanding, and respect. Every woman's journey with her body is deeply personal, and for some, cosmetic surgery may be a way to reclaim control over how they feel about their appearance. Just as natural curves should be appreciated for their uniqueness, enhancements should be respected as a personal choice. However, it's crucial to recognize that physical attraction, whether based on natural or enhanced features, is just one aspect of a relationship. The Stoics would urge caution in placing too much emphasis on physical appearance in relationships, whether natural or surgically enhanced. True, lasting fulfillment in a relationship comes from emotional, intellectual, and spiritual connection. Building a strong partnership involves mutual respect, understanding, and shared values, all of which go far beyond physical attraction. A woman's body, natural or enhanced, should be admired, but it should not become the foundation of a relationship. Moreover, the rise of artificial enhancements can sometimes lead men to develop unrealistic expectations of women's bodies, influenced by media portrayals and social trends. These expectations can damage relationships, especially if they lead to superficial judgments or dissatisfaction with a partner's natural appearance. Men who appreciate and value their partners beyond physical attributes are more likely to build meaningful, fulfilling relationships. The Stoic approach would suggest that men learn to detach from societal pressures and focus on what truly matters in a relationship: emotional depth, compatibility, and mutual respect. Ultimately, the impact of artificial enhancements on both women and men is a reflection of the broader societal focus on appearance. While cosmetic surgery can provide temporary satisfaction, it's important for both men and women to remember that true fulfillment comes from within. The Stoics would remind us that a relationship grounded in shared values, emotional connection, and respect will always outlast one that is built on physical attraction alone. Whether a woman has natural curves or enhanced features, the key to happiness is in how she feels about herself and how well she and her partner connect on a deeper level. Physical attraction might ignite the spark, but it's the emotional and intellectual connection that will keep the flame burning. Chapter 7: The complex relationship between physical appearance and facial aesthetics. When discussing women with larger buttocks, there's often a stereotype that emerges surrounding the relationship between their body and facial aesthetics. Some people claim that women with very large buttocks are often less conventionally attractive in the face, while others argue that beauty is deeply subjective, and such observations are overly simplistic and reductionist. Although these opinions are not universally applicable, they underscore a significant conversation about how society tends to evaluate beauty based on a combination of physical traits. Women with larger buttocks may feel that they are either fetishized or dismissed because of the way society perceives them. For some, the physical prominence of their backside may overshadow other aspects of their appearance, personality, or intellect, leading to an imbalance in how they are viewed by others. This can be deeply frustrating for women who wish to be appreciated for more than just their physical features and who seek meaningful connections that go beyond surface-level attraction. The constant focus on their bodies can lead to a sense of being reduced to mere objects of desire, rather than being seen as complex individuals. From a psychological perspective, the way a woman perceives her body versus her face can significantly impact her confidence, self-esteem, and overall sense of self-worth. Women who feel that their body receives far more attention than their face or other attributes may develop insecurities, questioning whether they are being valued as a whole person. This internal conflict can create a lingering doubt: am I seen for who I really am, or just for how I look? On the other hand, some women may embrace the attention, taking pride in the uniqueness of their bodies and recognizing that their physicality is just one facet of their attractiveness. The Stoics, known for their focus on inner virtues, would encourage both women and men to look beyond physical traits when forming opinions or judgments about others. In Stoic philosophy, beauty is fleeting and external. It can neither define a person's true worth nor sustain lasting happiness. The Stoics believed that true value lies in one's character, intellect, and the ability to cultivate meaningful relationships. For men who are especially focused on physical appearance, the Stoics would remind them that while physical attraction can be important, it should never be the primary foundation of a relationship. A person's true beauty, according to the Stoics, is revealed in how they treat others, the values they uphold, and the actions they take to improve the world around them. In relationships, an overemphasis on physical traits can hinder the formation of deep emotional bonds. Men who fixate on a woman's body or face may miss out on the qualities that truly make a relationship fulfilling, qualities like empathy, understanding, shared values, and emotional connection. A focus on physical appearance alone can also lead to superficial relationships that fail to stand the test of time. Conversely, women who feel judged exclusively on their appearance may struggle to foster relationships built on trust, respect, and emotional depth, which are essential for long-term success and fulfillment in partnerships. Moreover, the social pressures surrounding appearance, particularly for women with more prominent physical traits, can create a skewed sense of self. When society emphasizes one aspect of beauty over another, women may feel confined to those definitions, leading to an internal struggle between embracing their uniqueness and desiring to be seen for more than just their physical traits. This societal tendency to prioritize physical beauty can overshadow a woman's intelligence, kindness, creativity, and other valuable qualities, reducing her worth to her appearance in the eyes of others. The Stoics would urge us to shift our focus to what truly matters. While physical beauty can be captivating and even alluring in the initial stages of attraction, it is the deeper emotional, intellectual, and spiritual connections that ultimately stand the test of time. If a man finds himself primarily drawn to a woman because of her body, it may be worth reflecting on whether the relationship has the substance to endure beyond the physical. The Stoics would argue that relationships built on a foundation of shared values, mutual respect, and emotional depth are far more likely to bring lasting happiness and fulfillment. True beauty, in the Stoic sense, radiates from within. It's found in the kindness we show to others, the strength of our character, and the wisdom we cultivate over time. Instead of focusing on fleeting physical traits, men and women alike should seek relationships that honor the soul, those that foster growth, mutual respect, and a deep connection that transcends mere appearance. In this episode, we've explored 7 fascinating facts about women with larger buttocks, diving deep into the psychology and societal perceptions that surround this prominent physical feature. From misconceptions about fatness to the impact of body proportions, movement, and even facial aesthetics, we've looked beyond the surface to uncover how these traits affect not only how women view themselves, but also how they're perceived by others. The Stoics, with their wisdom on human behavior and relationships, remind us to keep things in perspective. Physical traits, while often celebrated and admired, are fleeting and should never define a person's worth or the value of a relationship. Whether you're drawn to someone because of their appearance or other qualities, it's crucial to remember that true fulfillment comes from deeper connections, ones built on character, mutual respect, and shared values. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you encountered any of these dynamics in your own relationships? What are your thoughts on the influence of physical traits on attraction and connection? We'd love to hear your experiences and continue the conversation. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay grounded, stay focused, and remember, true beauty comes from within. The Stoics, throughout their long and meaningful lives, mastered the art of understanding human nature, including the psychology of women. They understood that true connection is rooted in emotional and psychological depth. Today, we're diving into 7 powerful psychological tricks that 99% of women are likely to fall for, techniques that tap into their emotional instincts. These insights are practical, yet surprisingly few men understand them. Stay with us until the end to discover how to elevate your connections. And if you find value, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your own experiences or insights below. Let's jump in. Chapter 1. Don't ask, tell her. One of the most effective psychological tricks that few men fully understand is the power of being assertive in decision-making. Instead of always seeking her opinion or approval for plans, take the lead and demonstrate confidence in your choices. Women are often naturally attracted to men who exude decisiveness and assurance, as these traits suggest stability, reliability, and leadership, qualities deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology. For example, instead of the common, "What do you want to do this weekend?" consider something more assertive like, "I've got tickets to this amazing concert Saturday night, and I want you to join me." Or, "I'm planning a hike this Saturday, and you're coming with me." This kind of language shows you know what you want and that you have a plan. It taps into her desire to be with a man who isn't wishy-washy or overly dependent on her for guidance. The psychology behind this is primal. Men who are seen as leaders, even in small ways, are more appealing because they provide a sense of security and excitement. Being assertive in this way, however, is not about being bossy or controlling. It's about having the confidence to make decisions that will benefit both of you while showing that you can take charge without disregarding her preferences. The subtle difference lies in how the message is framed. You are creating an opportunity for shared enjoyment, and by taking the initiative, you alleviate the burden of decision-making from her. This taps into a natural attraction dynamic. Women are often drawn to men who have a plan, especially when that plan is something fun or thoughtful. The effectiveness of this psychological trick is rooted in deeper aspects of human attraction. On a subconscious level, women are wired to respond positively to assertiveness in men because it signals leadership, confidence, and the ability to take control of situations. From an evolutionary perspective, these are qualities that suggest a man can protect and provide, making him a more attractive partner. While modern relationships don't hinge on survival the way they might have thousands of years ago, these evolutionary traits still influence attraction. Additionally, being decisive reduces a common frustration many women experience: men who constantly rely on them to make decisions. This can come across as indecisiveness or a lack of confidence, both of which can be unattractive. A man who knows what he wants and can communicate it clearly is more appealing because it signals that he's capable of leading without being overly dependent on her approval for every little decision. Moreover, taking the lead allows for a more exciting and dynamic relationship. When a man can confidently propose activities or experiences, it shows that he's capable of creating an interesting and adventurous life. In contrast, a man who's always asking for her opinion on what to do can come across as passive or uninspiring. Of course, there is a fine line between assertiveness and overbearing behavior. You want to be confident without coming across as domineering or dismissive of her feelings. The key is in how you present your plan and your tone. For instance, instead of barking orders like, "We're going to the movies on Friday night," phrase it more invitingly, "I thought it would be fun to catch that new movie this Friday. Let's make a night of it." This subtle distinction makes a world of difference. You're still taking charge, but you're also leaving space for her to share in the excitement or suggest an alternative if she prefers something else. It shows that you respect her preferences but are confident enough to guide the experience. This balance is attractive because it conveys thoughtfulness, consideration, and control without being overbearing. Also, pay attention to her responses. If she seems enthusiastic, you've hit the right tone. If she seems hesitant, it might be a sign that you need to adjust your approach. Assertiveness should never be confused with insensitivity. Being aware of her reactions ensures that your decisiveness is aligned with her comfort level. The benefits of being assertive in decision-making aren't just limited to how women perceive you, they also influence your own confidence and mindset. By leading and taking responsibility for plans, you feel more in control, which in turn boosts your own self-esteem. This confidence becomes self-reinforcing. When you take charge and things go well, you're more likely to feel empowered to continue being decisive. For her, your assertiveness takes away the burden of decision fatigue. In today's world, where women often juggle multiple responsibilities, career, family, social obligations, it's refreshing for many women when their partner steps in to take the reins in planning something enjoyable. This creates a space where she can relax and enjoy the moment without worrying about logistics. In a subtle way, this dynamic also strengthens her attraction to you because it demonstrates your ability to lead in a relationship. While it's important to be assertive, it's equally important to remain flexible and open to her input. The goal isn't to bulldoze through her preferences, but to create a balance where you're guiding the interaction without steamrolling her opinions. For instance, if you suggest a restaurant and she gently hints that she prefers something else, it's crucial to adjust rather than insist on your original plan. Flexibility shows that you're thoughtful and adaptable, which are also attractive qualities. When done correctly, being assertive is a tool that enhances your connection and positions you as someone who is confident, decisive, and considerate, traits that women find irresistible. By mastering this subtle psychological trick, you can set yourself apart from the majority of men who rely too much on seeking approval or being passive in their relationships. Remember, women want a man who can lead without overshadowing their autonomy. By confidently taking charge in a respectful and thoughtful manner, you're tapping into a primal attraction that many men overlook. This approach not only makes you more desirable, but also strengthens the overall dynamic of the relationship, ensuring that both partners feel valued and excited about the future. Chapter 2. Compliment her booty. One of the most underutilized psychological tricks that can instantly create attraction is complimenting a woman's body, specifically her backside, in a way that makes her feel both admired and respected. While it's no secret that many women appreciate attention to their physical appearance, how you deliver this compliment is crucial. If done with care, it can build a sense of connection, showing her that you find her attractive without objectifying her. The key here is to be genuine and tasteful. Instead of making a comment that feels crude or overly sexual, you want to highlight her physical beauty in a way that makes her feel empowered. For example, a simple, "You look incredible in that dress," can go a long way, especially if it's said with sincerity. Complimenting her backside specifically, when appropriate, taps into a common area of physical pride for many women. But it's important to deliver it with finesse, so she feels good about herself rather than feeling reduced to just a body part. From a psychological standpoint, compliments that focus on specific areas of the body, such as her booty, can actually enhance her self-esteem and attraction towards you. Women often feel that their efforts to look good or maintain their physical fitness go unnoticed. By recognizing and appreciating her curves, you're validating her efforts in a way that not all men do. It's a form of appreciation that signals you're paying attention to her unique features and not just offering a generic, blanket compliment. Women are highly attuned to how they are perceived. Compliments that feel rehearsed or inauthentic can come off as insincere, leading to mistrust or discomfort. But when a man gives a compliment that feels personal, tailored, and well-timed, it can create a spark of intimacy. Telling her that she has an amazing backside, especially in the context of a respectful conversation or interaction, shows that you're both attentive and confident enough to make the compliment. The confidence behind a well-delivered compliment can be just as attractive as the compliment itself. What's fascinating is that women often respond to compliments not just based on what is said, but on how it's said. The tone of your voice, your body language, and the timing all contribute to how the compliment is received. If you make the remark with a playful grin, maintaining eye contact, and keeping it light, it's likely to be taken as flattery rather than something awkward or inappropriate. By being subtle and natural in your approach, you create an atmosphere where she feels attractive and appreciated, making it easier for her to become attracted to you. Complimenting a woman's body, especially an area like her booty, can be tricky if not done right, but when executed well, it becomes a powerful tool in building attraction. It's all about balancing respect with genuine admiration. Women want to feel sexy and appreciated, but they don't want to feel objectified or reduced to their physical features alone. That's why when you compliment her, ensure that it's framed in a way that enhances her sense of self-worth. If she feels that your attention comes from a place of respect and genuine attraction, it strengthens the bond between you, making her more likely to be drawn toward you. In essence, the psychological trick here isn't just the compliment itself, but the emotional response it generates. By acknowledging her beauty in a way that makes her feel good, you create a positive emotional experience, which she will associate with you. This emotional connection is far more powerful than any superficial attraction. Women are often attracted to men who make them feel confident, empowered, and appreciated, and a well-placed compliment about her body, particularly her backside, can do just that. Chapter 3: Our Skincare Routine. One of the most unexpected yet powerful psychological tricks that only a small percentage of men use to their advantage is maintaining a solid skincare routine. While this might seem trivial on the surface, it can significantly affect how women perceive you. Why? Because women are naturally more attuned to personal grooming and hygiene. If you show that you care about your skin, you signal that you value self-care and take pride in your appearance, which are traits that many women find extremely attractive. Having clear, healthy skin doesn't just improve your physical appearance, it also boosts your confidence, which in turn enhances your overall presence. Women are drawn to men who exhibit self-confidence, and having good skin is a subtle but powerful way to project that. When a woman notices that you take care of your skin, she subconsciously links that level of care to other aspects of your life, such as how you might handle a relationship or your personal well-being. In short, maintaining good skincare habits shows that you've got your life together, and this makes you more appealing. Furthermore, skincare is not just about vanity, it's about projecting a sense of maturity and responsibility. Women often associate well-groomed men with stability and attention to detail. It also signals that you understand the importance of health and maintenance. This psychological connection between self-care and maturity makes you stand out in her eyes, as most men overlook the impact of skincare on their attractiveness. What's more, the act of having a skincare routine is also appealing because it aligns with the values that many women hold about self-care. When a woman sees that you're committed to looking after yourself, it subtly reassures her that you're capable of doing the same in other areas of life, including a potential relationship. In other words, having a skincare routine can be a way of demonstrating that you're reliable, responsible, and capable of long-term thinking, all qualities that women often seek in a partner. When a man pays attention to his skin, it also indicates that he's detail-oriented and mindful of his health. Just as women notice and appreciate a man who puts effort into dressing well, they also admire someone who takes time to care for his skin. The message it sends is simple yet effective: you take care of yourself, and you're likely to take care of her, too. This seemingly small detail can go a long way in establishing a positive impression, one that sets you apart from men who neglect this essential aspect of personal grooming. Additionally, the benefits of a skincare routine go beyond just appearance and confidence. By incorporating this practice into your daily life, you create a sense of routine and discipline, which is attractive in itself. Women appreciate a man who has structure and habits that promote well-being. It shows that you're someone who values consistency and is willing to invest time in maintaining what's important. This type of self-discipline can be very appealing because it reflects a level of maturity and reliability that women often find irresistible. Having a skincare routine also opens up opportunities for connection. Believe it or not, discussing skincare products or routines can be an unexpected bonding point. If a woman sees that you're knowledgeable about something she's passionate about, like skincare, she may find it endearing or even surprising. It shows that you're willing to go beyond stereotypical masculine traits and embrace aspects of self-care that are traditionally associated with women. This openness can lead to deeper conversations and a more profound connection, as it demonstrates your willingness to understand and participate in her world. Finally, taking care of your skin also sets the stage for a long-lasting impression. Women are often attracted to men who age well, and skincare is a vital part of that. When you're diligent about maintaining healthy skin, it reflects that you're thinking about your future and taking steps to ensure you look and feel your best for years to come. In a way, it's an investment not just in your appearance, but in how you present yourself over time. Women who notice this level of foresight and commitment are more likely to see you as someone who values longevity, both in terms of health and relationships. In conclusion, having a skincare routine isn't just about looking good in the moment, it's about signaling that you're someone who is responsible, disciplined, and capable of long-term thinking. These are traits that go beyond physical attraction, tapping into a deeper level of psychological appeal that many women find irresistible. So, while it might seem like a small detail, taking care of your skin could be one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal when it comes to creating lasting attraction and connection. Chapter 4: Spontaneous Transparent Compliments. A psychological trick that many men overlook is the power of spontaneous, transparent compliments. These aren't just any compliments, but ones that are delivered unexpectedly and with genuine sincerity. Women have a heightened sense of intuition when it comes to gauging authenticity, and they can often tell when a compliment feels forced, rehearsed, or insincere. This is why offering genuine praise, especially when it catches her off guard, can be so powerful. It creates a meaningful connection that goes beyond superficial flattery. Imagine you're on a date, or even just in the middle of a casual conversation, and out of the blue, you say something like, "You have the most infectious laugh," or "I love how you always make people feel so comfortable around you." These types of compliments stand out because they're not the usual, overused lines that women hear all the time. Instead of focusing on her physical appearance, which is often what women expect, you're complimenting something deeper: her personality, her energy, or the way she interacts with the world. These observations show that you're truly paying attention to who she is as a person, which immediately creates a stronger emotional connection. This approach works on multiple levels. First, it taps into a woman's desire to feel seen and appreciated for who she really is, beyond just her looks. Many women feel that men often notice only surface-level traits, so when you acknowledge something unique or specific about her personality or behavior, it resonates with her in a more profound way. Compliments like "you're so good at making people feel heard" or "your sense of humor is so refreshing" are not only unexpected, but also make her feel valued as an individual. This recognition of her deeper qualities is a major turn-on for most women because it demonstrates that you're interested in her for more than just her outward appearance. Additionally, spontaneous compliments carry a sense of authenticity that's hard to replicate with planned remarks. When a compliment is unplanned, it feels more real because it's not something you've carefully crafted to get a reaction. It's a natural expression of your appreciation for her in that moment. This type of authenticity breaks down barriers between you and her because it shows that you're willing to be vulnerable and honest without expecting anything in return. Women are naturally drawn to men who can be real and genuine because it signals that you're confident in yourself and not afraid to express your thoughts. Spontaneous compliments also help to disarm the usual defenses women might have when interacting with men. Many women are used to receiving compliments on their appearance, comments about their eyes, their smile, or their figure, but these can sometimes feel empty or generic. When you offer a compliment that goes beyond the physical, like "you really have such a calming presence," or "I admire how passionate you are about what you do," it feels refreshing and stands out. It catches her off guard in the best way possible, making her feel special because you're acknowledging something that most people overlook. Moreover, giving these types of compliments without any expectation of reciprocation sends a powerful message. It signals that you're secure in who you are and that you don't need external validation to feel good about yourself. You're simply expressing your appreciation because you genuinely feel it, not because you want something in return. This level of self-assuredness is rare and incredibly attractive. Women are drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin because it makes them feel more at ease in your presence. Finally, spontaneous compliments help you stand out in a world where most interactions can feel transactional or superficial. When you offer a transparent compliment with no strings attached, it shows that you're confident enough to express your thoughts freely and that you value authenticity in your connections. This leaves a lasting impression, as she'll remember how you made her feel seen, appreciated, and valued for who she truly is. In summary, mastering the art of spontaneous, transparent compliments is one of the most powerful psychological tools you can use to create genuine, lasting connections with women. By complimenting her personality, energy, or unique traits, you show her that you see and appreciate her for more than just her appearance. This not only deepens the emotional bond between you but also sets you apart as someone who values authenticity and realness in a relationship. Chapter 5. Light Touching. One of the most subtle yet powerful psychological tools that only a small percentage of men truly master is the art of light, casual touching. Touch is one of the most primal and effective ways to create a sense of connection, and when done correctly, it can significantly boost attraction. Women respond to touch on both a conscious and subconscious level, and light, non-intrusive touches help establish a sense of closeness and comfort without crossing personal boundaries. Mastering this skill allows a man to signal warmth and confidence, creating an environment where deeper emotional connections can naturally develop. For example, imagine walking beside her and gently brushing your hand against hers, as if by accident. Or consider lightly touching her shoulder when emphasizing a point during conversation. A playful touch on her arm when you share a laugh, or gently guiding her through a doorway by placing your hand on the small of her back. These seemingly insignificant touches can have a profound impact. They foster a sense of intimacy that words alone cannot achieve. What makes this tactic so effective is its subtlety. Touch should never feel forced, aggressive, or inappropriate. It's about creating a natural atmosphere of familiarity, ease, and warmth. From a psychological perspective, light touches signal multiple things: warmth, confidence, and a willingness to be physically close. These touches communicate that you are self-assured in your own skin and open to closeness, which is often very appealing to women. Subtle physical contact can also break the ice without feeling overwhelming. Women are generally more receptive to men who are comfortable with casual physical contact because it shows emotional intelligence and an understanding of social cues. These small gestures can rapidly build rapport, increasing the sense of trust between you and making her feel more at ease in your presence. Moreover, touch is a powerful tool for gauging mutual attraction. If she responds positively to your light touch, perhaps by moving closer, leaning into your space, or reciprocating the gesture, it's a clear indication that she's comfortable with you and may be interested in exploring the connection further. Physical closeness can pave the way for emotional intimacy, signaling that there is potential for something deeper. Conversely, if she withdraws or seems hesitant in response to your touch, it's an indication to take a step back and reassess the situation. Women who are uncomfortable with touch may need more time to feel at ease, and pushing past those boundaries could jeopardize the trust and comfort you're trying to build. In fact, this subtle art of touch plays into a larger framework of nonverbal communication, which is often more telling than spoken words. Women are acutely aware of body language, and a man's ability to convey interest without saying a word is an important factor in building attraction. Light, well-timed touches are part of this broader nonverbal language, enhancing the communication between you and her. Touch, when done correctly, can deepen the emotional connection and build an unspoken bond that draws her closer. It's essential to remember that timing and context matter just as much as the act of touching itself. The right moment, paired with a light, respectful gesture, can make a lasting impression. But forcing physical contact or misreading cues can have the opposite effect. The key is to remain attuned to her comfort level and adjust your actions accordingly. A skilled touch communicates that you are in tune with her emotions and signals a level of emotional maturity that many women find incredibly attractive. In summary, light touching is more than just a physical gesture. It's a psychological tool that builds intimacy, fosters comfort, and tests the waters of mutual attraction. When executed with care and consideration, this technique helps lay the foundation for a deeper, more meaningful connection. It allows both you and her to communicate on a level that transcends words, creating a bond rooted in mutual respect and shared emotional understanding. Chapter 6: Smell Amazing. One of the most underrated psychological tricks that only a small percentage of men fully understand is the profound impact of scent on attraction. Smell is one of the most primal senses, and it plays a significant role in how women perceive men, often on a subconscious level. Wearing a pleasant, well-chosen scent can immediately set you apart from other men and create a powerful, lingering impression. In fact, studies have shown that women are highly sensitive to scent and can even become more attracted to a man if they like the way he smells. Smelling good isn't just about dousing yourself in cologne. It's about finding a signature scent that complements your natural body chemistry, leaving a subtle yet lasting impact. This doesn't have to be a heavy, overpowering fragrance. In fact, the best scents are usually the ones that enhance your natural smell rather than cover it up. A light, masculine fragrance that is fresh, clean, and suited to your personality can trigger a deep, instinctual attraction in women. The psychology behind scent attraction is fascinating. For women, smell can trigger memories and emotions, and when she associates a pleasant scent with you, it creates a deeper bond. Scent can even influence how comfortable and safe a woman feels around you, which in turn can lead to stronger feelings of attraction. Additionally, a man who smells good demonstrates that he takes care of himself, which is another trait that women find incredibly attractive. Personal grooming, including smelling great, shows that you're aware of your own presentation and hygiene, which signals maturity and responsibility. Furthermore, women are often drawn to the confidence that comes with a man who knows he smells good. When you feel confident in your scent, it enhances your overall demeanor. That confidence is magnetic, and women pick up on it. Wearing the right scent can make you more memorable. A smell is closely linked to memory retention. Long after a conversation or date has ended, a woman might still think about you simply because your scent left a lasting impression. It's also important to remember that scent is tied to chemistry, literal body chemistry. Some scientists believe that women are naturally attracted to the scent of men whose immune systems differ from their own, which could signal stronger, healthier offspring in an evolutionary sense. Whether or not this holds true on a conscious level, it does highlight just how important scent is when it comes to attraction. Ultimately, the psychological trick here is not just about smelling good, but about understanding the emotional and physical response that scent can provoke in women. By carefully choosing a signature fragrance and maintaining excellent personal hygiene, you set yourself apart in a way that is deeply primal and compelling. Women may not always be able to explain why they're drawn to you, but scent plays a powerful, silent role in building attraction that most men overlook. Chapter 7. Let her talk about herself. One of the most powerful psychological tricks in creating attraction with women is simply allowing her the space to talk about herself. This might seem basic, but the impact of genuinely listening to a woman and showing interest in her thoughts, feelings, and experiences cannot be overstated. Women are wired to connect on an emotional level, and when a man provides the opportunity for her to share her story, he instantly becomes more appealing. When you actively listen and engage in the conversation by asking thoughtful questions, you demonstrate that you care about her as a person, not just as an object of attraction. This taps into a woman's deep psychological need to feel valued, respected, and understood. Many men make the mistake of trying to impress women by talking about themselves or their accomplishments. While it's important to showcase your confidence, true connection happens when you allow her to be the center of attention, even if just for a little while. The trick here is to listen actively. This means maintaining eye contact, nodding, and responding appropriately to what she says. Rather than formulating your next statement while she's talking, focus on understanding her perspective. Reflecting on her words and offering supportive or insightful comments makes her feel seen and heard, which is incredibly attractive. Women are often drawn to men who make them feel like their thoughts and opinions matter. Psychologically, letting her talk about herself also allows her to associate positive feelings with you. People naturally enjoy talking about themselves because it releases dopamine, that feel-good chemical in the brain. When a woman is able to express herself freely around you, she begins to feel good in your presence, and those positive emotions become linked to you. Essentially, by letting her talk, you are making her feel good, and that makes you more desirable. It's important to note that this isn't about playing mind games or pretending to care. Genuine interest is key. Women can easily detect when someone is feigning attention, and insincerity will work against you. Instead, be curious about who she is and what makes her tick. Ask questions that go beyond surface-level topics, like her favorite hobbies or travel destinations. For example, ask about her passions, her dreams, or the experiences that have shaped her. These kinds of questions show that you're interested in more than just casual conversation, you're interested in her as a person. The ability to be a good listener is a rare trait in a world where people often feel unheard or overlooked. By allowing a woman to talk about herself, you're standing out from the crowd of men who are more focused on themselves. This creates a level of intimacy and trust that is difficult to achieve through other means. Women appreciate men who take the time to understand them, and this psychological trick can deepen the emotional bond between you and her, making her more likely to feel connected and attracted. In the end, the most successful relationships are built on emotional connection and understanding, not just physical attraction. Letting her talk about herself allows you to tap into the emotional side of her personality, which can lead to a much deeper connection. This approach may seem simple, but it's incredibly effective in building attraction and making her feel valued in your presence. And there you have it, 7 psychological tricks that only 1% of men truly understand, but 99% of women will naturally respond to. These aren't just random tactics, but insights into how women think and feel, rooted in their psychology and deeper desires. By mastering these approaches, whether it's being assertive, smelling amazing, or simply listening with genuine interest, you can make a lasting impact that goes beyond surface-level attraction. But remember, these tricks are not foolproof formulas, and there can always be exceptions. Every woman is different, and while these strategies can significantly improve your interactions, it's important to stay authentic and adaptable to each individual. The key is not to manipulate, but to create a deeper, more genuine connection that makes both of you feel valued and understood. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've had any experiences using these tricks, we'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Throughout their long and meaningful lives, the Stoics mastered the art of understanding human nature, including the complex psychology of women. In today's world, that understanding can still offer deep insights, especially when it comes to intimacy and attraction. If you've ever wondered what women look for before becoming intimate with a man, you're about to discover some eye-opening truths. In this video, we'll explore 7 things women subtly check before deciding to get physical. Make sure you watch until the end to grasp all the layers of female psychology behind these choices. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and tell your story if you have one. Chapter 1: Size and Functionality. When it comes to intimacy, one of the first things women often check, albeit subtly, is a man's size and functionality. While this may sound superficial at first glance, it's important to understand that this process isn't about overt judgment or crass evaluations. Rather, it operates on a much deeper, often subconscious, level of human psychology. Women may be assessing a man's physical attributes as part of their overall attraction, but the assessment isn't just about physical pleasure. It's about compatibility, comfort, and a sense of connection. Women often engage in subtle behaviors designed to arouse the man to see how he responds. These behaviors might seem spontaneous, like a casual touch or moment of physical closeness, but they serve an underlying purpose. For example, while flirting or sharing an intimate hug, she might gauge the man's reaction, his responsiveness, his enthusiasm, and his ability to engage physically in ways that feel natural and confident. This subtle observation allows her to assess whether his physical traits and responses align with her expectations or desires, helping her determine if the chemistry is there. This process often begins long before any sexual activity. Women might notice things like the way a man carries himself, his confidence, and how he reacts when placed in potentially intimate situations. These subtle cues help her gauge his comfort level with physicality and whether he seems attuned to her responses. From a psychological standpoint, this is not just about whether a man can please her physically, but also whether he seems in harmony with her emotionally. A man's confidence in his own body plays a significant role in how women perceive his functionality. Women often look for signs that a man is comfortable in his own skin and confident in his ability to connect physically. Confidence in this context doesn't necessarily mean boasting or arrogance. It's about a man being assured in his ability to engage in intimacy without hesitation or uncertainty. If he exudes this type of natural ease, it can signal to the woman that he is both emotionally and physically ready for a deeper connection. For women, this evaluation of size and functionality is deeply rooted in psychology and biology. The Stoics, who believed that the body is an extension of our deeper nature, would have appreciated this kind of analysis. According to Stoic teachings, our bodies and minds are interconnected, and how we approach intimate situations reflects deeper aspects of our character and emotional state. When a woman evaluates a man's size and functionality, she is not just making a surface-level judgment, she is instinctively searching for harmony between the physical and emotional components of the relationship. If a woman senses that things are well balanced, both physically and emotionally, her attraction and desire are likely to deepen. This is not simply about sexual gratification. It's about feeling that the man is attuned to her needs, capable of providing a fulfilling experience, and aware of her emotional cues. Conversely, if she perceives that there is a lack of compatibility, whether it be a lack of confidence or poor physical connection, this can subtly influence her overall attraction to the man, sometimes without her even realizing it. She might feel a vague sense of dissatisfaction or discomfort that steers her away from deepening the relationship. Another important aspect of this evaluation is the functionality of a man's physicality. Women want to know that a man is capable of engaging in intimacy in a way that is both satisfying and enjoyable. If there are issues with functionality, whether it's due to a lack of confidence, physical limitations, or other factors, it can create an obstacle in the progression of intimacy. This isn't just about sexual prowess, it's about feeling that the man can provide an experience that is pleasurable and fulfilling on both physical and emotional levels. The concept of functionality isn't limited to one specific area of physical intimacy. It encompasses the entire experience of how a man engages with his partner, from how he initiates physical contact to how he responds to her body language. Women are keenly aware of these factors, and they often make decisions about continuing the relationship based on how well these elements align. For instance, if a man is attentive, responsive, and capable of reading her nonverbal cues, it can significantly enhance her perception of him as a potential long-term partner. It's also essential to recognize that this evaluation of size and functionality is often subconscious, shaped by evolutionary biology, societal conditioning, and personal experiences. Women are not necessarily looking for perfection or specific standards of beauty or performance. Rather, they seek a partner who makes them feel confident, comfortable, and desired. The subtle cues she picks up on, whether through a simple touch or a moment of physical closeness, help her assess if this man can meet her needs, both physically and emotionally. The evolutionary aspect of this assessment is important to understand. Historically, women have evolved to seek partners who exhibit traits that indicate strength, vitality, and reproductive success. While modern relationships are far more complex than they were in our ancestral past, some of these evolutionary tendencies remain. For instance, a man's physical fitness and ability to perform can be perceived as signs of health and vitality, which play a role in a woman's subconscious decision-making. At the same time, modern women are more empowered to seek emotional and psychological fulfillment alongside physical compatibility. The Stoics would argue that while physical traits and compatibility are important, true fulfillment comes from a connection that transcends the physical. A relationship built on mutual respect, understanding, and emotional resonance will always outlast one that is merely driven by physical attraction. In conclusion, a woman's evaluation of size and functionality is about more than just physical traits. It's a deeply rooted psychological process that encompasses her need for compatibility, comfort, and emotional connection. While the physical aspects are certainly important, they are just one piece of a larger puzzle that determines whether a woman feels confident and fulfilled in her relationship. As the Stoics would remind us, true harmony in relationships comes from aligning both the body and the mind, ensuring that the connection is as deep emotionally as it is physically. Chapter 2: Home Environment and Cleanliness. Before taking a relationship to a more intimate level, many women pay close attention to a man's home environment. While this may seem like a practical consideration, it carries significant weight in the realm of psychology and attraction. A man's living space serves as an extension of his personality and values. Women are naturally attuned to the signals a home gives off, using it as a reflection of the man's character, lifestyle, and long-term potential. When a woman enters a man's home for the first time, she's not just glancing at the furniture or decor, she's assessing the overall atmosphere. Is the space clean and tidy? Does it feel welcoming, safe, and private? These are critical factors in determining whether she feels comfortable enough to deepen the relationship. Women often value cleanliness because it shows that a man cares about his environment, takes pride in his personal space, and, by extension, cares for the people in his life. A clean, well-organized home suggests responsibility, maturity, and attention to detail, all qualities that women find attractive in a long-term partner. Privacy is another crucial element women look for. If she senses that the space isn't entirely his, whether because of lingering evidence of an ex-partner, shared accommodations with roommates, or a lack of personal boundaries, she might hesitate to take the relationship to the next level. Women want to feel that they are stepping into a space that is uniquely shared between them and their partner, free from distractions or potential complications. This sense of privacy and personal ownership is vital in building trust and emotional security. The psychological importance of a man's home environment cannot be understated. A well-kept living space can enhance a woman's comfort and confidence, helping her feel safe and at ease in more intimate situations. In contrast, a messy or chaotic environment can raise doubts about the man's overall stability and commitment. The Stoics, with their emphasis on order, simplicity, and self-discipline, would argue that a man's external environment is a direct reflection of his internal state. A cluttered, disorganized home might suggest that the man has similar tendencies in his personal or emotional life, which could cause a woman to question the long-term viability of the relationship. Additionally, a man's home provides clues about his lifestyle and values. A woman might notice small details, books on the shelves, art on the walls, or the cleanliness of the kitchen that signal what he finds important. These elements offer insights into his interests, hobbies, and routines, allowing her to assess whether they share common values and interests. For example, if she sees that he prioritizes fitness, personal growth, or creativity, it may align with her vision of a compatible partner. On the other hand, a lack of care for these details might raise red flags about his priorities or the depth of his interests. Beyond cleanliness and decor, a man's home environment also speaks to his ability to create a nurturing and emotionally supportive space. Women often seek partners who can provide emotional safety, and a home that feels warm, inviting, and peaceful can enhance that sense of security. Small touches, like comfortable furniture, ambient lighting, or thoughtful arrangements, can communicate that the man is mindful of his partner's comfort and needs. These subtle cues play an important role in fostering emotional intimacy and trust, making it more likely for a woman to open up and feel comfortable in the relationship. However, the Stoics would caution against attaching too much value to material surroundings. They believed that external possessions should not define a person's worth or happiness. While a clean and organized home is an attractive quality, what truly matters is the man's character, integrity, and ability to connect on a deeper level. A beautiful home without emotional depth is no substitute for a meaningful relationship, and women who are overly focused on external appearances may miss out on the more important qualities that lead to long-term happiness. Ultimately, the condition of a man's home is a crucial factor in how women assess the potential for deeper intimacy. While cleanliness, privacy, and atmosphere are key, they are not ends in themselves. Women want to know that a man is capable of creating a supportive, emotionally safe environment that reflects his values and personality. When these elements are in harmony, it can significantly enhance a woman's attraction and willingness to deepen the relationship. Chapter 3: Kissing Skills and Physical Compatibility. Another vital factor that women often check before becoming intimate is a man's kissing skills. While this might seem like a small or even trivial detail, it plays a significant role in how a woman evaluates physical compatibility. For many women, a kiss is not just a physical act, but a form of emotional communication that reveals much about the potential for intimacy. A good kiss can create a strong bond, igniting passion and setting the tone for deeper connection, while a poorly executed kiss can be a deal-breaker. Kissing is one of the most intimate forms of non-verbal communication, and it offers a glimpse into how well two people connect on a physical level. Women often initiate kissing to assess how the man responds. Does he take his time? Is he attentive to her reactions? Is there a natural rhythm and flow to the exchange, or does it feel forced and awkward? All of these cues help her determine if there is genuine chemistry and mutual understanding between them. Good kissing requires more than just technique. It's about being in tune with your partner's body language, responding to subtle cues, and creating a sense of intimacy that transcends the physical act. A man who is a good kisser demonstrates that he can be attentive, adaptable, and responsive to his partner's needs, which are all qualities that women look for in a deeper relationship. Conversely, if a man is too aggressive, inattentive, or unskilled in kissing, it can signal that he may lack the emotional intelligence or sensitivity required for more intimate encounters. From a psychological perspective, kissing is a form of physical and emotional connection. Women often gauge a man's kissing skills to see if he is capable of creating a sense of closeness and trust. A kiss can reveal whether he is focused on her experience or solely on his own pleasure. Women are often more in tune with these nuances, as they value the emotional aspects of intimacy as much as the physical. The Stoics, who emphasized the importance of mutual respect and connection in relationships, would argue that physical acts like kissing should be grounded in a deeper understanding of the other person's emotions and desires. A man's ability to kiss well also serves as an indicator of his potential foreplay skills, which are crucial in building anticipation and arousal. For many women, the emotional and psychological aspects of intimacy are deeply connected to how well their partner engages in these early stages of physical connection. A kiss can either enhance these feelings or diminish them, making it a vital part of the overall experience. It's also important to note that kissing is often a way for women to assess compatibility beyond the physical. A man who kisses well likely pays attention to details, shows patience, and values the process of building connection, all of which are essential for a fulfilling relationship. On the other hand, a man who lacks finesse or rushes through the act may signal that he is more focused on the end goal rather than the experience itself. The Stoics, who believed in living virtuously and fostering deep connections with others, would remind us that kissing should not be reduced to a mere physical act. It is an opportunity to communicate love, affection, and respect for your partner. A meaningful kiss can strengthen the emotional bond between two people, laying the foundation for a relationship that goes beyond physical attraction. For women, kissing is a vital step in assessing whether a man is capable of creating a fulfilling and balanced intimate experience. A good kisser is likely to be more in tune with his partner's emotional needs, while a bad kisser may lack the awareness necessary to build a deeper connection. In this way, kissing becomes a critical component of how women evaluate their potential partners. Chapter 4: Stamina and Strength. In addition to evaluating physical compatibility through kissing, many women also check a man's stamina and strength before considering deeper intimacy. While this might sound like an outdated or simplistic measure of attraction, it's rooted in both evolutionary biology and psychological need. Physical strength and endurance are often associated with vitality, health, and the ability to provide protection and security, traits that women have historically valued in potential mates. Stamina and strength go beyond mere physical appearance. Women want to feel that a man is capable of sustaining a physical connection over time, not just in terms of intimacy, but in everyday life as well. A man's strength can signal that he is able to handle the challenges of life, whether that means lifting heavy objects, being active and adventurous, or simply maintaining energy throughout the day. Women often test these traits in playful ways, such as asking a man to lift them, engage in physical activities, or participate in a challenge that tests his endurance. This assessment is not just about physical power. It also reflects a woman's desire for emotional and psychological strength in her partner. A man who demonstrates stamina and strength often exudes confidence, resilience, and the ability to handle stressful situations, qualities that are attractive in both short-term and long-term relationships. Women are drawn to partners who can not only provide physical satisfaction, but also offer a sense of stability and dependability. The Stoics, who believed in cultivating inner strength and resilience, would argue that physical stamina is an extension of mental and emotional fortitude. A man who takes care of his body and maintains his physical health is likely to be disciplined, focused, and able to overcome challenges in life. This kind of strength is not just about lifting weights or running marathons, it's about the ability to endure hardship, remain calm under pressure, and provide support when needed. Women may also test a man's stamina during intimacy, looking for signs that he can maintain energy and focus over extended periods. This doesn't mean that women expect their partners to be superhuman. Rather, they want to feel that the man is engaged, attentive, and capable of sustaining physical and emotional connection throughout their time together. A lack of stamina can signal disinterest, laziness, or a lack of commitment to the relationship, all of which can be turn-offs. In essence, a woman's evaluation of a man's stamina and strength is about much more than physical fitness. It reflects her desire for a partner who is capable, reliable, and emotionally strong. When a man demonstrates these qualities, it deepens her attraction and increases her confidence in the relationship. Conversely, if a man lacks strength or stamina, it may create doubts about his ability to provide the kind of support she needs, both physically and emotionally. Chapter 5: Foreplay Skills and Emotional Attunement. For many women, foreplay is not just a precursor to intimacy, it's an essential part of the entire experience. Foreplay skills are a key area that women evaluate before becoming intimate, as they provide important insights into how a man approaches the emotional and physical aspects of a relationship. Good foreplay shows that a man is attentive, patient, and deeply connected to his partner's needs, creating a foundation for trust and mutual satisfaction. Women often view foreplay as a way to build emotional intimacy before physical connection. It's not just about touching or kissing, it's about how well a man can tune into his partner's desires, respond to her cues, and create an atmosphere of anticipation. Foreplay can involve anything from gentle caresses to deep conversations, and it requires a level of emotional intelligence that goes beyond basic physical interaction. A man who excels in foreplay demonstrates that he is willing to take the time to understand his partner's needs and create a shared experience of pleasure. This kind of emotional attunement is incredibly important for women, as it shows that the man is not just focused on his own satisfaction but is genuinely invested in her pleasure as well. This attentiveness builds trust and deepens the emotional bond, making it more likely that the woman will feel comfortable and confident in the relationship. The Stoics, who emphasized the importance of emotional balance and mutual respect, would argue that foreplay is an opportunity to practice these virtues. By focusing on his partner's needs, a man can cultivate patience, empathy, and self-control, all qualities that are essential for a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Foreplay is not just about physical stimulation, it's about creating a sense of connection that goes beyond the moment and strengthens the relationship as a whole. Women are highly attuned to how a man approaches foreplay because it reveals much about his overall approach to intimacy. A man who rushes through foreplay or shows little interest in his partner's pleasure may be seen as selfish or inattentive, which can be a major red flag. On the other hand, a man who takes his time, pays attention to her reactions, and creates a sense of anticipation is more likely to be viewed as a thoughtful and caring partner. In addition to building physical intimacy, good foreplay helps to foster emotional safety and trust. Women want to feel that their partner is genuinely interested in their well-being, both physically and emotionally. Foreplay allows a man to demonstrate that he values his partner's experience and is committed to creating a satisfying and meaningful connection. This kind of emotional investment is incredibly important for women, as it shows that the man is not just looking for a one-time encounter but is interested in building a deeper, more lasting relationship. Ultimately, foreplay skills are a critical factor in how women evaluate their partners. A man who excels in this area is more likely to create a fulfilling and emotionally satisfying experience, deepening the connection between them and increasing the likelihood of a long-term relationship. By focusing on his partner's needs and creating an atmosphere of trust and anticipation, a man can show that he is capable of building a relationship that goes beyond physical attraction. Chapter 6: Financial Situation and Stability. While it may not be a direct consideration in terms of physical intimacy, a man's financial situation is something many women assess before taking a relationship to the next level. Financial stability isn't about how much money a man has, but rather how responsible, secure, and future-oriented he is. Women often look at a man's financial situation as a reflection of his overall stability, maturity, and ability to provide for the future, whether that means emotional security, shared goals, or a potential family. The psychological connection between financial stability and attraction is deeply rooted in both evolutionary biology and modern social dynamics. Throughout history, women have sought partners who can provide security, not just in terms of resources, but also in the broader sense of being able to create a stable, reliable life together. This doesn't mean that women are looking for wealthy men. Instead, they want to feel confident that their partner is responsible with his resources and has the ability to provide for himself and, potentially, a family. In today's world, financial responsibility goes hand in hand with personal accountability. Women may notice subtle signs about how a man manages his money. Is he thoughtful about spending? Does he have long-term financial goals? How does he handle debts or financial challenges? These observations help women gauge whether the man is capable of making sound decisions, planning for the future, and maintaining stability over the long haul. Financial recklessness or a lack of foresight can be a red flag, suggesting that the man may struggle with commitment, discipline, or responsibility in other areas of life. Financial stability also speaks to a man's ability to create a secure and nurturing environment. A woman who is considering a long-term relationship or even the potential for building a family needs to know that her partner is capable of managing life's practicalities. The Stoics emphasized self-control and the ability to live a life free from unnecessary distractions and desires. In this context, a man who demonstrates financial stability is not only managing his resources wisely but also showing that he is in control of his desires and impulses, traits that women often find highly attractive. Women may subtly assess a man's financial situation by observing his lifestyle, asking questions about his goals, or noticing how he handles situations that require financial planning. It's not about whether he spends lavishly or lives frugally, but about whether he makes choices that align with long-term success and stability. Women appreciate men who have a healthy relationship with money, neither overly materialistic nor completely indifferent to it. A balanced approach to finances signals maturity, self-awareness, and the ability to navigate life's complexities. Moreover, a man's financial behavior often mirrors his emotional and relational behavior. A man who is careless with money may also be careless with his relationships, while a man who is thoughtful and strategic about his financial future is more likely to approach his relationships with the same level of care and consideration. Women, therefore, often view financial stability as an indicator of a man's ability to commit, plan, and invest in the relationship. However, it's important to recognize that financial stability is not just about earning potential. It also encompasses a man's emotional intelligence, his ability to manage stress, and his approach to problem solving. A man who handles financial challenges with grace and resourcefulness demonstrates resilience, a quality that women value in both partners and potential fathers. Women want to know that, in the face of adversity, their partner will be able to navigate difficult situations without losing his sense of balance or control. The Stoics would remind us that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in virtue and wisdom. While financial stability is important, it should never overshadow the deeper qualities that make a relationship meaningful. A man who focuses too much on wealth or status may neglect the emotional and spiritual aspects of life, which are essential for long-term fulfillment. Women who prioritize financial stability are often looking for a balance, a partner who is responsible and secure, but also grounded in values that go beyond material success. In conclusion, a man's financial situation is a key factor in how women assess potential partners. It's not about wealth, but about responsibility, foresight, and the ability to create a stable and secure future. Women want to feel that their partner is capable of managing life's practicalities while also being emotionally and relationally dependable. Financial stability, when coupled with emotional intelligence and maturity, can significantly enhance a woman's confidence in a relationship, making her more likely to pursue deeper intimacy. Chapter 7: Emotional Maturity and Communication Skills. One of the most important aspects women evaluate before becoming intimate with a man is his emotional maturity and communication skills. While physical attraction is often what draws people together initially, it's emotional connection and clear communication that sustain a relationship over time. For many women, emotional maturity is a non-negotiable trait in a partner, especially when considering long-term intimacy or commitment. A man who is emotionally mature demonstrates that he is capable of handling the complexities of relationships, managing his emotions, and being a supportive and understanding partner. Emotional maturity is not just about avoiding childish behavior or dramatic outbursts, it's about how a man processes his feelings, responds to challenges, and communicates openly with his partner. Women are particularly attuned to how men handle conflict or stress because it reveals much about their capacity for emotional resilience and growth. A man who is calm under pressure, able to talk through issues, and willing to listen to his partner's perspective is highly attractive to women who are looking for stability and depth in a relationship. The Stoics placed great emphasis on emotional control, viewing it as a key element of personal virtue and wisdom. They believed that individuals should not be ruled by their emotions, but should instead cultivate a balanced, reflective approach to life's challenges. In relationships, emotional maturity involves the ability to recognize and manage one's feelings without being overwhelmed by them. For women, a man who can navigate his emotions with grace and self-awareness is someone who is likely to provide emotional security and trust, both of which are crucial for intimacy. Communication is another critical factor that women evaluate. How a man communicates, both verbally and non-verbally, can make or break the potential for deeper intimacy. Women often look for partners who can express their feelings, share their thoughts, and be open about their desires and concerns. Good communication fosters trust, helps resolve conflicts, and strengthens emotional connection, all of which are essential for a healthy relationship. In many cases, women will assess a man's communication skills during everyday interactions, long before they consider becoming intimate. How does he handle misunderstandings? Is he willing to talk openly about his emotions? Does he ask about her feelings and genuinely listen to her responses? These are all indicators of whether the man is capable of building a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. Women appreciate men who are not afraid to be vulnerable and who are willing to have difficult conversations when necessary. Emotional maturity also ties into how a man handles intimacy. Women want to know that their partner is not just interested in physical connection, but also in the emotional and psychological aspects of the relationship. A man who is emotionally mature will approach intimacy with care, understanding that it's not just about fulfilling physical desires, but also about deepening the emotional bond between partners. This level of awareness creates a sense of safety and trust, making it more likely for the woman to feel comfortable and confident in the relationship. One way women evaluate a man's emotional maturity is by observing how he reacts to setbacks or disagreements. A man who can remain calm, discuss issues rationally, and seek solutions rather than blame is someone who is emotionally secure. On the other hand, a man who becomes defensive, avoids communication, or reacts impulsively may be seen as emotionally immature, which can be a major turn-off. Women want to know that their partner is capable of handling the ups and downs of a relationship without resorting to emotional volatility. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from within, and emotional maturity is a key component of that strength. A man who is emotionally mature is not only in control of his own feelings, but also capable of understanding and supporting his partner's emotions. This creates a balanced, harmonious relationship where both partners feel valued and understood. For women, this kind of emotional connection is often more important than physical attraction, as it lays the foundation for long-term satisfaction and fulfillment. In conclusion, emotional maturity and communication skills are essential traits that women evaluate before becoming intimate. A man who demonstrates these qualities is more likely to create a relationship that is based on mutual respect, trust, and emotional security. Women want partners who can handle life's challenges with grace, communicate openly, and build a deep emotional connection that goes beyond physical attraction. When these qualities are present, the relationship is more likely to thrive, creating a foundation for lasting intimacy and love. As we've explored, women often assess various aspects of a man before deciding to pursue deeper intimacy, from size and functionality to emotional maturity and communication skills. These 7 factors help them gauge confidence, security, and compatibility in the relationship. While physical attraction is important, what truly matters often extends beyond surface-level traits. They're looking for a partner who offers stability, emotional connection, and shared values. The Stoics would agree, true fulfillment in relationships comes not from outward appearances, but from how you connect on deeper levels. However, it's important to remember that these are general patterns and there can always be exceptions. Every individual is unique, and what resonates for one person may not apply to another. So, while these insights can give you a strong foundation, be mindful that real relationships are nuanced and complex. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own stories or thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how these insights align with your own experiences or what you've learned from your relationships. Thanks for watching, and until next time. The Stoics, throughout their long and meaningful lives, mastered the art of understanding human nature, particularly the complex psychology of women. Their wisdom teaches us that patience, empathy, and self-control are key to nurturing deep and meaningful connections. In today's world, many younger women are drawn to older men, and the reasons go beyond the superficial. In this episode, we're going to explore the 7 mind-blowing reasons why younger women prefer experienced, older men. Stay tuned until the end for insights that will change the way you think about relationships. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your own experiences in the comments below. Chapter 1. Emotional understanding. One of the most compelling reasons younger women are attracted to older men is their emotional intelligence and depth of understanding. Unlike their younger counterparts, older men have spent years, sometimes decades, navigating relationships, developing a heightened sense of empathy and emotional awareness. This emotional maturity allows them to approach their relationships with a level of understanding that transcends surface-level interactions. They face challenges, overcome obstacles, and learn valuable lessons from past experiences, all of which make them more attuned to the emotional needs of their partner. For younger women, especially in today's high-pressure environment, this emotional understanding is incredibly appealing. Younger women often juggle demanding careers, personal goals, and social pressures, which can leave them feeling drained and overwhelmed. Older men recognize the signs of emotional fatigue and stress in their partners because they've either been through it themselves or seen it in past relationships. When a younger woman is emotionally depleted, an older man doesn't rush to find a solution or demand more from her. Instead, he offers a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on, and a comforting presence that doesn't expect anything in return. This level of emotional patience can be a rare quality in younger men, who are often still figuring out their own emotional landscape. Younger men may unintentionally add pressure by seeking constant attention or validation from their partner, which can exacerbate stress rather than alleviate it. In contrast, older men bring a sense of calm to the relationship. They've developed the emotional capacity to understand when their partner needs space, when she needs to vent, or when she simply needs silent support. This ability to read between the lines of emotional cues creates a deeper connection between the two, fostering a sense of security and emotional safety that younger women crave. From a psychological perspective, this dynamic plays a crucial role in building trust and respect within the relationship. Younger women, who may feel misunderstood by their peers or pressured to constantly perform in various aspects of their lives, find solace in the emotional maturity of older men. Being with someone who doesn't require constant emotional explanation or reassurance makes them feel valued for who they are, not just for what they do. This lack of pressure allows the relationship to flourish, as the woman feels emotionally supported rather than burdened by unrealistic expectations. In many cases, this emotional understanding leads to a stronger bond because it taps into a woman's fundamental need for security, both emotionally and mentally. A relationship that is built on emotional support rather than constant demands is more likely to thrive in the long term. Women are naturally more in tune with their emotions, and being with a partner who can meet them on that emotional level creates a sense of partnership that goes beyond mere attraction. The connection becomes deeper, more meaningful, and more sustainable. For the Stoics, emotional understanding is central to the development of any meaningful relationship. They believe that fulfillment doesn't come from immediate gratification or superficial interactions, but from truly knowing and understanding one another. According to Stoic philosophy, wisdom includes the ability to manage one's emotions and navigate the emotional complexities of those around you. An older man, seasoned by life's experiences, embodies this principle by remaining calm, grounded, and focused on creating harmony within his relationship. This wisdom allows him to foster a connection that is rooted in mutual respect and deep emotional support. Furthermore, older men often have a better understanding of their own emotional needs, which allows them to approach relationships with a greater sense of balance. They don't rely on their partner to fulfill all their emotional desires, which reduces the likelihood of codependence and emotional burnout. This emotional independence can be incredibly appealing to younger women, as it creates a healthy dynamic where both partners feel supported but not overwhelmed by each other's needs. In turn, the woman feels free to express her emotions without fear of burdening her partner, knowing that he has the emotional stability to handle whatever arises. Ultimately, this emotional understanding sets older men apart in a way that younger women find irresistibly attractive. It provides them with the emotional safety and support that allows them to be their authentic selves. When a woman feels that her partner understands her on a deep emotional level, it creates a foundation of trust, security, and lasting connection. And as the Stoics would argue, this level of emotional connection is the true path to happiness and fulfillment in any relationship. Rather than seeking momentary pleasure or shallow excitement, younger women find themselves drawn to the emotional depth and understanding that older men offer, knowing that this is what truly sustains a meaningful relationship over time. Chapter 2: Caring Nature. Another significant reason why younger women are drawn to older men is the nurturing and caring nature they exhibit in relationships. Older men tend to be more in tune with the needs of their partner, showing an attentiveness that younger men often lack. This comes from a lifetime of experience. Older men understand that a relationship is not just about them, but about the well-being of their partner, too. This care manifests in both small gestures and larger acts of kindness that make their partner feel truly valued. In a world where younger women often feel the pressure to achieve and perform, both in their professional and personal lives, having a partner who genuinely prioritizes their well-being can feel like a breath of fresh air. Older men, through years of experience, have learned to listen attentively and to offer support without expecting anything in return. They know how to be present in a way that shows deep respect and care, whether it's by offering a comforting word after a stressful day, cooking dinner when their partner is too tired, or simply being there without imposing their own needs. The nurturing nature of older men extends beyond just physical or emotional care. It also involves recognizing and supporting their partner's ambitions, dreams, and goals. Younger men, who are often still figuring out their own path in life, may unintentionally focus on their needs, sometimes making their partner feel secondary. Older men, on the other hand, have often established their careers, lived through their own growth periods, and now have the emotional bandwidth to support their partner's journey. They understand the importance of balance, compromise, and putting their partner's happiness at the forefront. Psychologically, women are often drawn to this sense of security and support. Feeling truly cared for on an emotional level allows them to relax into the relationship and be more vulnerable. This vulnerability is crucial in building a deeper connection, as it fosters trust and emotional intimacy. Women want to feel cherished, and older men tend to be more adept at showing that kind of care, both emotionally and physically. These acts of care create a nurturing environment that contrasts with the often self-centered nature of younger men, who may not yet have developed the emotional maturity to put their partner's needs ahead of their own. Furthermore, older men often bring a sense of stability to the relationship, which younger women find incredibly appealing. They tend to be more settled in their lives, with fewer insecurities and a greater sense of confidence in who they are. This confidence is reassuring for younger women who might still be navigating the uncertainties of their own lives. In an older man, they find a partner who isn't constantly chasing external validation or caught up in the pressures of youth. This steadiness creates a safe space for their partner to flourish, both emotionally and in other aspects of life. The Stoics, too, emphasized the importance of care and empathy in relationships. They believed that to live a meaningful life, one must nurture and care for those around them, recognizing the value of each relationship as a path toward wisdom and growth. In the context of a romantic partnership, this means showing genuine concern for the other's well-being and fostering an environment of mutual support and care. Older men, with their caring and nurturing nature, exemplify this Stoic principle by creating relationships built on respect, empathy, and unwavering support. Chapter 3: Experience and Preparation. Experience is often the defining factor that separates older men from their younger counterparts, and it's no surprise that this is one of the key reasons younger women are attracted to them. Older men have lived through various life experiences, including relationships, which have given them invaluable insights into what works and what doesn't. This accumulated wisdom not only makes them more emotionally aware, but also translates into a higher level of physical and emotional preparation in relationships. They are more attuned to their partner's needs, making them better equipped to foster a fulfilling and balanced connection. Younger men, while often full of energy, enthusiasm, and passion, typically lack the patience and understanding that comes with years of experience. They may approach relationships with a sense of urgency, rushing into intimacy or emotional commitments without fully appreciating the importance of building a solid emotional foundation first. This eagerness to advance quickly can sometimes overlook the nuances of emotional connection and open communication. Older men, by contrast, have learned the value of slowing down, of taking their time to listen, observe, and truly connect with their partner before moving forward. This makes the relationship feel more thoughtful, meaningful, and intentional, qualities that younger women often find refreshing and appealing. One key area where experience plays a significant role is in the realm of physical intimacy. Older men tend to be more aware of the subtleties involved in creating a meaningful and lasting physical connection. They recognize that intimacy is not just about the act itself, it's about the emotional, psychological, and even spiritual factors that contribute to a deeply fulfilling experience. They are attentive to their partner's needs, taking the time to understand what makes her feel comfortable, cherished, and secure. This stands in stark contrast to the often impulsive nature of younger men, who may prioritize their own desires or pleasure over their partner's comfort or emotional readiness. This careful, considered approach is particularly appealing to younger women who may have had experiences with younger men that felt rushed, superficial, or self-centered. Older men's understanding of the importance of emotional connection in physical intimacy adds a depth that makes the experience more meaningful. They have typically learned over time how to navigate the complexities of intimacy, recognizing the importance of consent, communication, and shared enjoyment. Their experience allows them to create a safe, respectful environment in which their partner can feel fully comfortable expressing herself, knowing that her needs and boundaries will be respected. Beyond physical intimacy, older men's experience extends to other crucial aspects of relationships, particularly communication. Over the years, they have had the opportunity to hone their communication skills, learning how to engage in meaningful conversations, resolve conflicts in a mature and composed manner, and express their needs and emotions clearly and respectfully. This ability to communicate effectively is essential in building a strong, trusting relationship. In contrast, younger men may still be learning how to navigate the complexities of mature communication, often reacting impulsively or defensively during disagreements. Older men, having already experienced these emotional challenges, are better equipped to handle them with patience and understanding. The experience that older men bring to a relationship also allows them to manage expectations more effectively. They are more likely to understand that relationships are not about instant gratification, but about building something lasting and meaningful over time. They approach relationships with a level of realism and thoughtfulness, knowing that true intimacy takes time to develop. This sense of preparedness and emotional maturity is deeply attractive to younger women, who often seek stability, emotional safety, and long-term fulfillment in their relationships. From a psychological perspective, women are often drawn to men who can make them feel secure, understood, and valued. Older men, through their life experience and preparation, are able to create an environment where their partner feels all of these things. They do not simply rush through the motions of a relationship, but rather invest the time and effort needed to make their partner feel genuinely appreciated and cherished. This investment in the relationship is evident not only in the time they spend with their partner, but in the thoughtfulness and consideration they bring to every interaction. Younger men, still learning these skills, may lack the same depth of insight and preparedness. This careful, intentional approach to relationships is reflective of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of preparation, reflection, and mindfulness in all aspects of life, including relationships. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from understanding oneself and others, and that meaningful, lasting connections are built on a foundation of self-awareness, empathy, and preparation. Older men, having lived through a wide variety of life experiences, embody this Stoic ideal. Their ability to reflect on their past relationships, learn from their mistakes, and approach new connections with thoughtfulness and intentionality is a quality that resonates strongly with younger women seeking deeper emotional bonds. Moreover, older men's experience allows them to approach challenges in relationships with a calm, measured attitude. They are less likely to be swayed by the emotional highs and lows that can sometimes dominate younger relationships. Instead, they bring a sense of stability and reassurance that helps their partner feel grounded and secure. This ability to remain composed in the face of conflict or uncertainty is a hallmark of emotional maturity and is another reason why younger women often prefer relationships with older men. Ultimately, experience and preparation are two of the most significant factors that set older men apart in the eyes of younger women. Their ability to approach relationships with patience, understanding, and emotional intelligence creates a level of trust and intimacy that is difficult to replicate. Through their years of life experience, older men have learned that the key to a successful relationship is not just physical attraction or excitement, but a deep, lasting emotional connection built on mutual respect, communication, and understanding. This wisdom, gained over time, is what makes older men so uniquely attractive to younger women seeking meaningful, fulfilling relationships. Chapter 4: The Gentle Approach. One of the most distinctive qualities of older men that appeals to younger women is their gentle approach to intimacy. Unlike younger men, who may be driven by youthful energy and impulsiveness, older men tend to adopt a slower, more considerate approach to both physical and emotional connections. This gentle, mindful way of engaging ensures that their partner feels comfortable, respected, and valued. It stands in stark contrast to the sometimes hurried or overly assertive advances younger women might experience from men closer to their age, who are often still learning the complexities of intimacy. Older men have typically had more time and experience to learn that intimacy is not just about physical attraction, it's about creating an environment where both partners can feel emotionally connected and secure. They approach intimacy as a holistic experience, involving deep communication and understanding. Before engaging in any form of intimacy, they take the time to listen to their partner, ensuring that boundaries are not only acknowledged, but deeply respected. This attentiveness fosters an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect, a crucial element that can often be missing in relationships with younger, less experienced men. From a psychological standpoint, women are naturally drawn to partners who exhibit patience, care, and attentiveness during intimate moments. This slow, considerate approach conveys that the older man is invested in his partner's well-being on multiple levels, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. He is not just focused on his own gratification, but is committed to creating a deeply fulfilling, mutual experience. This is particularly appealing to younger women who may have experienced relationships with younger men who were more self-centered, often prioritizing their own desires over the shared experience of connection and intimacy. This gentle approach to intimacy extends beyond just the physical act. It is reflective of how older men handle emotional intimacy as well. They tend to be more composed and thoughtful during challenging conversations, conflicts, or moments of vulnerability. Instead of reacting impulsively or defensively, older men often respond with a calm and measured demeanor. This behavior creates a sense of emotional safety within the relationship, allowing both partners to feel heard, respected, and valued. For younger women, this emotional maturity is especially refreshing, particularly if they have previously been involved with younger men who struggled with emotional volatility or reactivity. What's key in these relationships is that the gentle approach doesn't mean passivity, it's a form of quiet strength. The Stoics, for example, encouraged a calm and composed attitude toward all of life's challenges, including relationships. They believed that true strength was found in self-control and in the ability to remain balanced and unshaken in the face of life's emotional ups and downs. Older men, having lived through a wide range of life experiences, are more likely to embody these Stoic principles. Their calm, controlled demeanor in intimate relationships reflects a maturity that reassures younger women, giving them the emotional stability they crave. In addition, older men are more likely to appreciate that intimacy is a journey, not a race. They understand that meaningful connection takes time to build and that rushing through any part of that process, whether physical or emotional, can lead to misunderstandings or emotional distance. Instead of chasing quick gratification, they focus on creating a long-lasting bond that evolves and deepens over time. This thoughtful, methodical approach can be deeply appealing to younger women who might be looking for a relationship that offers more than just fleeting excitement. They seek a relationship grounded in trust, understanding, and emotional depth, qualities that older men are more likely to provide. This respectful and measured way of engaging extends into other aspects of life, beyond intimacy. Older men are typically more attuned to the importance of balancing the emotional needs of their partner with their own, creating a partnership where both people feel understood and valued. Younger women, in particular, find this kind of emotional generosity and maturity highly attractive, as it gives them the freedom to express themselves without fear of being judged or misunderstood. The gentle approach also allows for vulnerability to flourish, which is vital for any healthy relationship. By taking their time, older men create the emotional space necessary for their partner to open up, share their fears, dreams, and insecurities, and build a deeper connection. This vulnerability is essential to creating a relationship that is both emotionally and physically fulfilling. Through this process, older men demonstrate that true intimacy comes not from physical attraction alone, but from the connection that forms when two people feel safe enough to share their true selves with one another. Younger women often find that this level of emotional awareness and sensitivity is rare in younger men, who may still be grappling with their own insecurities or uncertainties. In contrast, older men bring the benefit of years of experience. Having navigated various types of relationships, they are better equipped to foster a relationship built on mutual respect, emotional security, and a deep understanding of what it takes to make a partnership thrive. Ultimately, the gentle approach that older men offer creates a kind of emotional sanctuary, a space where both partners can be their authentic selves, without fear of judgment or pressure. This not only deepens the connection between the two, but also allows for a more fulfilling and lasting relationship. It's this profound understanding of intimacy, both physical and emotional, that makes older men so appealing to younger women who are seeking a relationship that offers more than just physical attraction, but a true meeting of minds and hearts. Chapter 5: Material Factors. While emotional and psychological factors play a significant role in why younger women are attracted to older men, material factors should not be overlooked. Older men are often more financially stable than their younger counterparts, having established their careers and accumulated wealth over time. This financial stability can provide a sense of security and comfort for younger women, especially in a world where economic pressures are a constant source of stress. For many younger women, financial security is an important consideration in a relationship. They may be pursuing their own careers or education, and having a partner who is financially stable can alleviate some of the burdens they face. Older men, having already built their financial foundation, are able to offer this stability without the pressures and uncertainties that often come with younger men who are still finding their way in the world. Moreover, older men are typically more generous with their resources, whether it's providing financial support or simply offering a comfortable lifestyle. This generosity is not just about material wealth, it's about creating an environment where their partner feels cared for and valued. Younger men, who are still building their careers and financial portfolios, may not have the same ability to offer this level of comfort and support. This difference in material factors can be a significant draw for younger women who are looking for a stable and secure partnership. Psychologically, financial stability can provide a sense of security and peace of mind, allowing the relationship to focus on emotional and personal growth rather than constantly worrying about financial matters. Women are often more attracted to men who can offer this sense of stability, as it allows them to feel safe and supported in their partnership. Older men, with their financial maturity, are able to offer this security in a way that younger men simply cannot. From a Stoic perspective, financial security is not about excess or luxury, but about having the resources to live a balanced and comfortable life. The Stoics believed in living within one's means and using wealth as a tool to achieve peace and fulfillment, rather than as a source of pride or vanity. Older men, having achieved financial stability, are more likely to embody this Stoic ideal, using their wealth to create a harmonious and balanced life for themselves and their partner. In the end, the material factors are just one part of the overall appeal of older men, but they play an important role in creating a relationship that feels stable, secure, and fulfilling. Younger women, who may still be navigating their own financial journey, find this stability and generosity appealing, as it allows them to focus on building a meaningful connection without the added stress of financial uncertainty. Chapter 6: Social Magnetism. One of the often overlooked but powerful qualities that older men possess is social magnetism, a natural confidence and ease in social situations that many younger men have yet to fully develop. This charisma is a product of experience, maturity, and a well-established sense of self. Unlike younger men, who may still be trying to prove themselves or find their place in the social hierarchy, older men have already been through those stages. They know who they are, and they've become comfortable in their own skin. This self-assuredness is highly attractive to younger women, as it creates an aura of calm authority and quiet confidence. Younger women are drawn to older men who can navigate social situations with grace and charm. Whether at a dinner party, a business meeting, or a casual gathering, older men tend to project a sense of poise and command attention without trying too hard. They know how to engage in meaningful conversation, listen attentively, and contribute thoughtfully, all while making those around them feel at ease. This level of social skill can be a stark contrast to the often insecure and competitive nature of younger men, who may still be figuring out how to handle themselves in various social settings. Older men's social magnetism is also linked to their emotional intelligence. They've had years of practice in understanding people's body language, tone of voice, and unspoken cues. This makes them adept at reading the room and adjusting their behavior accordingly. Whether they're offering a witty comment, sharing a story, or simply making their partner feel included in the conversation, they know how to create a positive, inclusive atmosphere. Younger women appreciate this ability because it allows them to feel proud of their partner and secure in social situations. Another factor that contributes to older men's social magnetism is their established network and connections. Over the years, they've built relationships across various spheres, whether it's in business, community activities, or personal friendships. This broad network not only provides a sense of security, but also enhances their partner's social experience. Younger women find it appealing to be with someone who is respected and admired by others. This respect isn't superficial but is earned through years of demonstrating integrity, competence, and kindness in their interactions with others. From a psychological standpoint, social magnetism taps into a woman's desire for stability and security. Being with a man who can confidently navigate social settings without being flustered or insecure provides a sense of assurance. It signals that he can handle challenges and unfamiliar situations with composure, a quality that's attractive not just in social settings, but in life overall. This is particularly important for younger women who may be navigating their own personal and professional growth. Having a partner who exudes confidence and social savvy is an invaluable asset. The Stoics believed that true confidence and self-assuredness come not from external validation, but from a deep understanding of one's self-worth. Older men, having had years to reflect on their strengths and weaknesses, are more likely to embody this Stoic ideal. They're not driven by the need to impress others, but rather by a quiet confidence in their own abilities and character. This social magnetism, grounded in authenticity, is incredibly appealing to younger women who are seeking a partner who can offer both stability and excitement in social settings. Ultimately, older men's social magnetism is a key factor in why younger women are drawn to them. It's not just about being charming or charismatic, it's about creating a sense of security, respect, and emotional connection in every interaction. Younger women, who may still be navigating their own social circles, find this quality deeply attractive as it allows them to relax and enjoy social experiences without the insecurity or awkwardness that often comes with dating younger men. Chapter 7: Authenticity. Authenticity is another major reason younger women are attracted to older men. In a world where so much emphasis is placed on appearances and superficial qualities, older men offer something different: genuine authenticity. Over the years, they have grown comfortable with who they are, and they no longer feel the need to put on a facade to impress others. This authenticity is deeply appealing to younger women who are often looking for a partner who is real, grounded, and unpretentious. One of the key aspects of authenticity is self-awareness. Older men, having lived through various experiences, have a clearer understanding of their values, beliefs, and desires. They know what they want in a relationship and are not afraid to communicate that openly. This level of self-awareness and transparency is something that younger women appreciate because it fosters an environment of honesty and trust. Unlike younger men, who may still be figuring out their identity or trying to conform to societal expectations, older men are unapologetically themselves. This authenticity creates a strong foundation for a meaningful connection. Younger women, particularly those who have experienced the insincerity and emotional games that sometimes come with dating younger men, find older men's authenticity refreshing. There are no mixed signals, no guessing games, and no hidden agendas. Older men tend to be straightforward about their intentions and are comfortable expressing their feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. This openness allows younger women to feel secure and confident in the relationship, knowing that they are with someone who is honest and trustworthy. Authenticity also extends to how older men present themselves in everyday life. They're not chasing trends or trying to fit into a mold. They've already established their sense of style, their hobbies, and their routines. This self-assuredness is attractive to younger women who are still discovering their own identities. In an older man, they see a role model for living authentically, free from the pressures to conform to societal expectations. This sense of individuality and self-possession makes older men stand out from the crowd. Moreover, authenticity in older men often translates into emotional availability. They are more willing to be vulnerable and open about their past experiences, both good and bad. This emotional openness creates a deeper level of intimacy as younger women feel comfortable sharing their own stories and emotions. The relationship becomes a space where both partners can be their true selves without fear of judgment or rejection. Younger women, who are often navigating the complexities of self-discovery, find this emotional authenticity appealing as it allows them to connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. From a psychological perspective, authenticity fosters trust and emotional intimacy in a relationship. When a partner is authentic, it signals that they are secure in themselves and are willing to show their true self, flaws and all. This creates a safe space for the other partner to do the same, leading to a more open and honest connection. Younger women, who may have experienced the emotional turbulence of dating younger men still struggling with their identity, find this authenticity in older men deeply attractive. It offers them the emotional stability and reassurance they crave. The Stoics believed in the importance of living in accordance with one's true nature, rather than trying to conform to the expectations of others. This principle of authenticity is central to Stoic philosophy, as it encourages individuals to live honestly and without pretense. Older men, having had years to reflect on their lives and values, are more likely to embody this Stoic ideal. They are not concerned with appearances or external validation. They live authentically and encourage their partners to do the same. In the end, authenticity is a powerful quality that draws younger women to older men. It creates a sense of emotional safety, trust, and respect that is often missing in relationships with younger men. For younger women who are seeking a deep, meaningful connection, older men's authenticity offers them the stability and emotional fulfillment they desire. By being true to themselves, older men create a relationship dynamic that is grounded in honesty, vulnerability, and mutual respect, making them an irresistible partner for younger women seeking more than just a surface-level connection. As we've explored in this episode, there are many reasons why younger women are often drawn to older men, reasons that go far beyond physical attraction. From emotional understanding to authenticity, and from experience to social magnetism, older men offer a depth and stability that younger women value deeply. These qualities create a strong foundation for a meaningful connection that stands the test of time. The Stoics, during their long and meaningful lives, mastered the psychology of relationships. They understood that true connection is built not on surface-level attraction, but on emotional intelligence, patience, and authenticity. Older men embody these qualities, and that's why younger women are naturally drawn to them. If you found this episode insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what qualities you think make older men so appealing. Have you ever experienced this dynamic in your own relationships? Share your story with us. And don't forget to share this video with anyone who might find it interesting. Stay tuned for more episodes that dive deep into mind-blowing psychology and relationship dynamics. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. The ancient Stoics, with their profound understanding of human behavior, knew the importance of mastering psychology, and not just for self-control, but for navigating relationships with women. They lived lives of deep introspection, unraveling the complexities of human nature, including the nuances of female psychology. Today, we'll tap into some of that wisdom to explore 7 crucial things that most men never know before they sleep with a woman, and these can make or break your experience. Stay with me until the end, because what you'll learn in this video could change everything. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own experiences in the comments. Chapter 1: The Trap of Comparison. You might think that with every new woman comes a fresh start, a clean slate. But here's the harsh truth that very few men know: women often compare their new partners to their exes, and this comparison begins the moment you first sleep together. It's automatic, subconscious, and something she's not even fully aware of herself. Her mind is racing through similarities and differences, weighing how you measure up. And this comparison isn't just about physical performance. It's much deeper, about how you make her feel emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. Let's break this down. Women have memories tied to their past experiences, and those experiences shape their expectations. When she's with you, especially for the first time, she might reflect on whether you're attentive in ways her ex wasn't, if you handle intimacy differently, or if you exude confidence that she missed before. She could be comparing how you touch her, how you react to her body, or even the way you communicate during sex. It's important to understand that these comparisons aren't something she necessarily wants to make, they just happen. And the first time you sleep together is when her brain is in overdrive, trying to gauge whether you'll be a better fit than those who came before you. The psychological weight of past relationships can heavily influence how she experiences you in bed, whether that comparison works in your favor or not. Now, what most men get wrong here is that they either overcompensate or become hyper-conscious about it. They get caught up in trying to prove that they are better than her exes, that they can be the best she's ever had. This pressure can make you seem inauthentic or overly rehearsed. Women are incredibly perceptive when it comes to authenticity, and if she senses that you're trying too hard, she'll see right through it. Instead, the key is to be confident in your own skin. Forget about the imaginary competition with her ex. If you're focused on trying to outshine her past lovers, you're only taking yourself out of the moment. Women value presence more than performance. They're not keeping a scorecard of who lasted longer or who had better moves. They're far more tuned into the energy and connection they feel with you in that moment. This is why men who come off as self-assured, unbothered by the past, and genuinely interested in their partner end up winning the game without even trying. But how do you actually accomplish this? The secret lies in understanding that the moment isn't about her past, it's about your present. Focus on how she's responding to you, not what she may have experienced before. Pay attention to her body language, her breathing, her reactions to your touch. When you do this, you shift the energy from comparison to connection. The more in tune you are with her in the moment, the quicker she'll forget about her exes because, frankly, they'll become irrelevant. It's also worth noting that emotional engagement plays a significant role here. Women often link emotional and physical intimacy far more closely than men do. This means that if you're cold, distant, or focused only on the physical act, she might find herself drifting back to memories of her ex who made her feel emotionally validated, even if he wasn't great in bed. On the flip side, if you make her feel seen, heard, and appreciated, a comparison to her exes will fade because she's now emotionally invested in you. Understanding the psychology behind this comparison can also empower you to create a deeper connection. You don't need to talk about her exes or pry into her past relationships, but you do need to establish a sense of emotional safety and trust. When a woman feels safe with you, both emotionally and physically, she's less likely to let her mind wander back to her past lovers. She'll be more focused on the unique experience you're creating together. One other thing that tends to trigger comparisons is overthinking or anxiety, both on her part and yours. If you're anxious about whether you're measuring up, she'll pick up on that energy. Anxiety can be contagious, and it can take her out of the moment, causing her to default back to what she knows, her past experiences. This is why maintaining a calm, collected attitude is crucial. When you're at ease, she will be too, and that's when true connection happens. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of aftercare. How you behave post-sex can dramatically influence how she views the experience. If her ex was the type to roll over and fall asleep, or worse, leave immediately after, showing genuine interest in her well-being afterward can set you apart. Even small gestures like talking, cuddling, or just asking her how she feels can make her feel special and appreciated. These moments build a lasting impression that her exes likely never could. In the end, what really breaks the cycle of comparison is being fully present. Don't let her exes occupy space in your mind or hers. Show her something new, something authentic. Women value a man who is secure in himself, who doesn't need to compete with ghosts of the past. If you focus on creating a unique, meaningful connection with her, she'll be too captivated by what you're offering to even think about her exes. Chapter 2: Protection is non-negotiable. Let's be clear, no matter how much chemistry you feel, no matter how beautiful or seemingly clean a woman looks, using protection is absolutely non-negotiable. Far too many men let their guard down in the heat of the moment, and that can lead to life-altering consequences, both for your health and your future. Here's what you need to understand. Protection is not just about preventing pregnancies, it's also about safeguarding your sexual health. STDs don't discriminate based on appearance or attraction. When you're in the moment, it might be tempting to think, she looks healthy, she's probably fine, or worse, it's just one time. But STDs often don't show any visible signs. A woman might be carrying something without even knowing it. This isn't a judgment on her character, it's just a biological reality. So, unless both of you have been tested recently and you're in a committed, monogamous relationship, you need to take responsibility for your own health. That means condoms, every time, no excuses. Some men fall into the trap of thinking that if a woman is really attractive, they're willing to take the risk. Maybe it's the rush of being with someone you've been fantasizing about, or maybe it's that primal instinct kicking in. But remember, your health is more valuable than any fleeting moment of pleasure. An encounter that lasts a few minutes could lead to consequences that last a lifetime. Now, let's address a common myth. Some men believe that the responsibility for protection lies solely with the woman, particularly if she's on birth control. This is a dangerous assumption. Birth control prevents pregnancy, but it does nothing to protect against STDs. Even if she's on the pill or has an IUD, that doesn't give you a free pass to skip the condom. You still need that barrier of protection between you and her. And it's not just about you. Using protection shows her that you respect her well-being as much as your own. It sends a signal that you're responsible, that you care about more than just your own pleasure. Believe me, women notice this. A man who takes the time to protect both himself and his partner is seen as mature and considerate. This simple act can elevate how she perceives you, or not just as a sexual partner, but as someone she can trust. But what if she tries to convince you not to use protection? Maybe she tells you that she's been tested recently, or she insists she's on birth control. Regardless of what she says, stand your ground. Your health is your responsibility, and it's not worth taking someone else's word for it, especially when the risks are so high. If she's truly someone worth being with, she'll respect your decision to stay protected. If she pushes back or gets defensive, that's a red flag. Any woman who doesn't care about your health is someone you shouldn't be risking it with. It's also essential to have these conversations before things get hot and heavy. Don't wait until you're both in the throes of passion to bring up the condom talk. That's a recipe for bad decisions. Make it clear from the start that protection is important to you. This way, there are no surprises or awkward moments, and you can focus on the connection without worrying about the consequences later. Finally, there's the issue of trust. Some men think that if a woman insists she's clean, it must be true. But here's the reality: trust doesn't replace responsibility. Even if you've been dating her for a while, it's smart to still use protection unless both of you have been tested and had a clear, open discussion about your sexual health histories. Trust is important, but trust without caution can lead to serious health issues. Remember, the most attractive thing you can do is protect yourself. Women notice when a man values his health and well-being. It shows maturity, responsibility, and a respect for her body and yours. Don't let the heat of the moment cloud your judgment. Always be prepared, always protect yourself, and never leave your health to chance. Chapter 3: The Truth About Orgasm Expectations. Let's dive into a topic that often trips men up: orgasm expectations. There's a widespread belief among men that if a woman doesn't have an orgasm during sex, something's wrong. But here's the reality: not every woman needs to climax to enjoy the experience, and especially during a first encounter, focusing too much on her orgasm can actually ruin the moment. The first time you sleep with a woman, the pressure on both sides can be intense. She may feel nervous, self-conscious, or unsure about how comfortable she is with you. You, on the other hand, might be thinking that making her orgasm is the ultimate proof that you're good in bed. But this mindset is flawed because it turns sex into a performance rather than an intimate connection. The focus becomes, did I do it right, rather than, did we connect? For many women, especially during a first sexual encounter, there are layers of emotions and psychology at play that can impact whether or not they orgasm. Anxiety, body image issues, and trust all factor in. If she's worried about how she looks, how she smells, or how you're perceiving her, it's hard for her to relax. And relaxation is key for most women to even begin to reach orgasm. What you need to understand is that her orgasm, or lack thereof, isn't a reflection of your abilities. For some women, climaxing with a new partner simply doesn't happen right away. She might need time to get used to your rhythm, your touch, and your presence before she feels comfortable enough to let go fully. This doesn't mean she didn't enjoy herself. Women can derive a lot of pleasure from the experience without having an orgasm, especially if they feel connected to their partner. That said, this doesn't give you an excuse to ignore her needs or desires. The key is not to make her orgasm the only goal. Instead, focus on the overall experience, on making her feel comfortable, respected, and desired. The best thing you can do is to communicate with her. Ask what she likes, pay attention to her body language, and don't be afraid to talk openly about what feels good for both of you. Sometimes, simply knowing that you care about her pleasure is enough to make her feel amazing, even if she doesn't reach orgasm. Also, remember that foreplay plays a massive role in female pleasure. Rushing through it to get to intercourse can leave her feeling unsatisfied, even if you think you're doing everything right during sex. Women often need more time to warm up, both physically and mentally, before they can fully enjoy the experience. Take your time with her, and you'll likely find that the overall experience becomes much more fulfilling for both of you. The worst thing you can do is to start stressing out or making comments if she doesn't climax. Women can sense when you're overly concerned about their orgasm, and this can make them feel like they're failing or that something's wrong with them. This pressure often creates a mental block, making it even harder for her to let go. Stay calm, stay focused on the connection, and understand that it's not a race to the finish line. In the end, an orgasm is just one aspect of a larger, more complex experience. What matters most is how you make her feel throughout the entire encounter, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Don't put all your energy into chasing the orgasm, put it into building intimacy and trust. When she feels the deep connection with you, her body will naturally respond, and whether or not she climaxes, she'll be much more likely to come back for more. Chapter 4: Sensing in Experience. Women have an uncanny ability to pick up on nervous energy, even when you think you're playing it cool. From the moment you step into the bedroom, your energy speaks volumes, far more than words or actions. If you're nervous, hesitant, or trying too hard to make a lasting impression, trust me, she'll pick up on it immediately. This can dramatically affect her perception of you and, ultimately, the entire sexual experience. For a lot of men, the first time with a new partner can feel like walking a tightrope. You want to impress her, make her feel good, and ensure the encounter is memorable. But here's the irony: the harder you try to impress her, the more you're likely to appear inexperienced. Why is that? Because when you're truly confident and self-assured, you don't feel the need to prove anything. You're not overthinking every little detail or worrying about whether you're performing up to some standard. You're just present, in the moment, allowing the connection to unfold naturally. What many men don't realize is that women aren't looking for perfection. They're not expecting you to be the most skilled lover right off the bat. What they want is someone who is comfortable in his own skin, someone who is secure, relaxed, and able to go with the flow. Confidence is attractive because it communicates that you're in control, not just of the situation, but of yourself. And this type of self-possession speaks louder than any grand gesture or practiced move ever could. The problem arises when men equate confidence with performance. You might think that delivering the perfect experience is the key to winning her over, but in reality, it's your ability to handle imperfections that makes the biggest impact. Every sexual encounter is different, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach that guarantees success. Sometimes things won't go as planned, maybe you're too eager, maybe there's a moment of awkwardness, but how you react in those moments is what truly sets you apart. A man who can laugh off a misstep or take a pause without panicking is far more appealing than one who tries to bulldoze through the situation, desperate to save face. This brings us to another crucial point: women don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be present. If you're overly concerned with technique, focusing on every move like you're performing in some kind of sexual Olympics, you're going to miss the real opportunity: connecting with her. Women want to feel a genuine connection, and that's something you can only offer when you stop worrying about whether or not you're impressing her. When you're tense or anxious, it's not just your behavior that changes, it's your entire energy. Women are incredibly attuned to shifts in mood and vibe. If they sense that you're nervous or overcompensating, it can make them feel uncomfortable or even self-conscious. They might start questioning whether they're doing something wrong, or worse, they may disconnect emotionally because the vibe feels forced or off. In contrast, when a man is calm and collected, it sets the tone for the entire experience, allowing her to relax and be fully present. This doesn't mean you should fake confidence. In fact, trying to fake anything is a surefire way to come across as insecure. Women are incredibly perceptive, and they can spot inauthenticity from a mile away. If you're feeling a little nervous, that's okay. The key is not to let that nervousness control you. Acknowledge it, but don't dwell on it. The more you focus on the moment and on her, rather than on how well you think you're doing, the more natural the encounter will feel for both of you. It's also worth noting that vulnerability can be attractive as long as it's genuine. If you're nervous because you really like her and want things to go well, it's okay to admit that. Sometimes, being upfront about your feelings can actually work in your favor. It shows that you're emotionally aware and confident enough to share what's really going on inside your head. This kind of openness can build intimacy and trust, which are essential for a truly satisfying sexual connection. On the flip side, when you're trying too hard to mask your nerves or overcompensate with bravado, it can have the opposite effect. Women can tell when you're putting on a show. The moment she senses you're more focused on your performance than on her, she'll start to disengage. The best lovers aren't necessarily the most skilled or the ones with the most experience. They're the ones who can create a comfortable, relaxed atmosphere where both partners feel free to explore and enjoy each other without pressure. Confidence, then, isn't about executing the perfect technique or following a set script. It's about being adaptable, open, and willing to let the moment take its natural course. Women appreciate men who can handle uncertainty with grace, who don't crumble under pressure, and who don't let a few nerves ruin the experience. When you're comfortable with yourself, you give her permission to be comfortable with herself too. That's when the magic happens. Ultimately, the secret to avoiding the inexperienced trap is simple: be yourself. Don't try to fit into some preconceived notion of what you think she wants. Women are far more interested in who you are as a person than in whether you've mastered some arbitrary sexual checklist. If you can relax, be present, and genuinely enjoy the moment without overthinking it, she'll respond to that energy. And in the end, that's what matters most. Chapter 5: Fertility Awareness. This might not be something you've thought much about, but if you're sleeping with women, you need to understand fertility awareness. A woman's fertility cycle isn't just a minor detail, it's a major factor in whether or not your casual hookup turns into a life-altering commitment. Whether you want to avoid unplanned pregnancies or just make informed decisions, knowing when a woman is most fertile is key. Let's be blunt, some women are more aware of their fertility cycle than they let on. In fact, some may use that knowledge to their advantage. You need to be aware of when a woman is most likely to get pregnant, her ovulation window, which typically occurs around days 12 to 16 of her cycle. If you're not actively using protection, this is the time when unplanned pregnancies can and do happen. And trust me, I thought she was on birth control won't be much consolation when you're staring at a positive pregnancy test. Here's where it gets tricky. While many women are responsible about their fertility and take precautions, there are cases where a woman might not be entirely transparent with you. Some may hope for an accidental pregnancy as a way to lock in our partner or elevate the seriousness of a casual relationship. While this doesn't apply to all women, the reality is that there are situations where men find themselves in fatherhood not because they were careless, but because they didn't understand the dynamics of fertility timing and trusted someone without taking their own precautions. For example, if a woman insists she's not in her fertile period or assures you that it's a safe day, don't just take her word for it. Unless you're tracking her cycle, which, let's be honest, is unlikely if you're in a casual or early-stage relationship, you can't be certain. And unless you're ready for the possibility of being a father, you need to use protection every single time, regardless of what she says. Birth control isn't just her responsibility, it's yours too, because the consequences affect both of you. And then there's the biological side of things. A woman's libido can spike during her ovulation period due to hormonal changes. This might mean she's more enthusiastic, more seductive, and more into you than usual. The catch? This is also when she's most fertile. So while her interest in you might skyrocket, the risks of pregnancy are also at their peak. Understanding this can save you from thinking, why is she suddenly so into me, and instead help you realize this might be her ovulation talking. It's not just about the possibility of pregnancy, either. There's an underlying power dynamic in understanding fertility. Men who are aware of a woman's cycle are less likely to be manipulated, even unintentionally. If you know how fertility works, you're better equipped to protect yourself from life-changing surprises. Fertility isn't something to leave to chance or trust entirely to someone else's word. In the end, being aware of a woman's fertile window gives you control. It's not about fear, it's about being smart. When you're equipped with knowledge, you can navigate your sexual relationships with confidence, knowing that you've taken every possible step to protect yourself. Use protection, know the risks, and always be mindful of timing. Because nothing disrupts your life plan faster than unexpected fatherhood. Chapter 6: Understanding Emotional Triggers During Sex. Sex is never just physical for women, no matter how casual the encounter may seem. This is something that even experienced men often overlook. Emotional triggers are a massive part of female psychology during sex, and if you don't understand what drives her emotions, you're missing a big piece of the puzzle. When a woman engages in sex, especially for the first time with someone new, her emotional triggers are firing in all directions. These triggers can be rooted in past experiences, her self-image, her expectations for the relationship, or even deeper insecurities. If you fail to recognize these triggers, you're not only risking a lack of connection, but also setting the stage for potential drama later on. For instance, some women may have unresolved trauma or emotional baggage from previous relationships, especially if they've been hurt or betrayed before. If you do or say something that reminds her of a painful past experience, even unintentionally, it can lead to a negative emotional reaction. She might suddenly pull back, become distant, or even lose interest in continuing the encounter, and you'll be left wondering what went wrong. Here's the key: be aware of her cues, both verbal and non-verbal. If she seems tense or uneasy at any point, don't just plow ahead. Stop and ask her what she's feeling. This simple act of checking in can diffuse any potential emotional landmine before it explodes. Women appreciate a man who is in tune with their emotional state, not just their body. Another common emotional trigger is feeling undervalued. If a woman senses that you're treating her like just another notch on the bedpost, you're going to hit a wall fast. Women, even in casual hookups, want to feel desired and respected. If she gets even the slightest hint that you're just using her for sex, it can shut her down emotionally, making the whole experience awkward or cold. Be present in the moment and make her feel like she's the only one that matters right then and there. Don't just go through the motions, engage with her on a deeper level. One major pitfall is bringing up the future too soon, especially if it's not what she's ready for. Some men, in an effort to seem caring or connected, make the mistake of talking about potential relationships or the future during or immediately after sex. While this may seem like a good way to build emotional intimacy, it can actually have the opposite effect, especially if she was viewing the encounter as something more casual. Bringing up future plans too soon can trigger feelings of being trapped or pressured, causing her to pull away. On the flip side, some women may get attached emotionally, even when the encounter was meant to be casual. This is where understanding emotional triggers becomes crucial. If you sense she's forming an emotional bond after the first time you've slept together, and you're not on the same page, it's better to have a direct conversation sooner rather than later. Leading her on by pretending everything's fine will only cause more damage down the road. Respect her emotions, but also be honest about your intentions. Recognizing these emotional triggers doesn't make sex more complicated, it makes it more meaningful. When you're aware of how deeply emotions can run during sex, you can navigate the situation with much more finesse and control. Women who feel emotionally understood are far more likely to want to continue seeing you, and you avoid the pitfalls of hurt feelings and miscommunication. Chapter 7: The Subtle Art of Sexual Dominance. One of the most misunderstood aspects of female psychology is the role of sexual dominance. Women, even those who are independent and strong-willed, often respond positively to a man who knows how to take charge in bed in the right way. But here's the catch: dominance isn't about being forceful or aggressive. It's about understanding the balance between assertiveness and attentiveness. What you need to realize is that many women want a man who can lead sexually, but not in a way that feels overbearing or disrespectful. A sexually dominant man isn't one who ignores her boundaries or bulldozes through her desires. Instead, he's someone who's confident enough to take control while still being attuned to her responses. It's a subtle dance between power and sensitivity. For example, guiding her movements or positioning her body in a way that feels natural and connected can be incredibly sexy for a woman. It shows that you're in control, but also that you're engaged with her pleasure. However, dominance without consideration quickly turns into selfishness. A lot of men think dominance means going hard and fast, but in reality, it's about being in command of the experience while still paying close attention to how she's responding. The trick is to take the lead without ignoring her cues. You can assert dominance through small actions, like holding eye contact, setting the pace, or even through verbal communication. Women often enjoy a man who can take charge of the situation, but only if he's aware enough to adjust when needed. If she's pulling back or showing signs of discomfort, a dominant man doesn't just push forward. He reassesses, recalibrates, and finds a new way to assert control that aligns with her comfort. Some women might even test your ability to be dominant without crossing boundaries. They'll pull back just to see how you handle it, whether you push too hard, back off entirely, or find the right balance of continuing without losing control. Passing these subtle tests requires awareness and control on your part, not just of her, but of your own impulses. Women are incredibly perceptive, and if they sense you're capable of maintaining dominance while respecting their limits, it's a huge turn-on. The final key to sexual dominance is communication. Contrary to popular belief, being dominant doesn't mean being silent. In fact, the most dominant men are the ones who aren't afraid to talk, whether it's giving commands, asking questions, or just checking in on her. Women love a man who can confidently express what he wants while still being open to feedback. Dominance, after all, is about leadership, and good leaders always communicate clearly. Mastering the art of sexual dominance isn't about overpowering a woman, it's about creating an experience where she feels safe, aroused, and deeply connected to you. It's about showing her that you can lead the way while still being fully present to her needs and desires. Women are drawn to men who can strike that perfect balance between control and attentiveness, and once you've mastered that, you'll be someone she'll always come back to. So, there you have it, 7 key insights into understanding female psychology that only 1% of men truly grasp. Each one of these concepts, whether it's recognizing the subtle comparisons she makes to her exes, staying vigilant about protection, managing expectations around orgasm, or mastering the balance between dominance and attentiveness, gives you the edge most men miss. This is what separates those who fumble in the dark from those who truly connect on a deeper, more impactful level. The truth is, sex is never just physical for women. It's an intricate dance of emotions, instincts, and unspoken cues. If you want to be part of that 1%, the men who women can't forget, it's not about being the most physically gifted or experienced. It's about understanding her mind, respecting her body, and navigating the complexities with confidence and awareness. Before we wrap up, remember, knowledge is power, but it's useless unless you put it into practice. Be mindful, be intentional, and most importantly, be yourself. Women notice men who are genuine, in control of themselves, and tuned into what really matters in the moment. Now, if you found these insights valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. If you've got stories of your own, drop them down below. We'd love to hear how you've handled similar situations. And make sure you stick around for future episodes where we dive even deeper into the secrets that can transform your relationships with women. Until next time, stay sharp and stay ahead of the game.